of again. We are back in the actions of again of the actions of the back. What happens if we again with the actions of the act? Again, just double checking the actions of the back, guys. The actions of the back. All right. We are here. We are with you. What a wonderful, wonderful day, y'all. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? It's being gay. Don't be gay. There we go. Don't be gay. Lemon pound cake is my jam. And my new STEMI. That's what my friend Chelsea just said to me. And it's very facts. It's very facts. Insider trading on the war. Uh-oh. We're going to have to check that out.
The insider trading allegations are...
We're going to have to check that out to start with. But let's get over here first. Let's turn on the Daddy Trump machine. How's everybody doing tonight? Another episode of No News is News. Let's double check in on our live poll of the day. Our poll of the day is always starting off with the top 4 individuals running for president in 2028. Let's see what Kelchi says today. Kelchi's got our odds at... Oh, wow. Okay. Kelchi's got our odds. Who will be president in 2028? Will it be J.D. Vance with 19% right now? Will it be Gavin Newsom with 18% right now? Will it be Marco Rubio? Or will it be the one, the only, AOC? Putting our poll up there once again, Michael Olson, welcome back. 81st Airborne on its way. Yes, yes, sir. Getting through it. Let's do it. But first, let's talk about this insider trading on the war for Mr. fucking Coffeezilla here, just dropping this bombshell on us right as we start today. Let's check it out.
This time we're looking at $1.5 billion in insider trading. Or was it just luck? Did someone from this administration make a well-timed bet right before the president tweeted? Or was it just all a big coincidence? Is it more lucky trades? Now, this is a long-running story. We started with an $190 million insider trading question back when the president put tariffs on, and right before it, someone had shorted the crypto market, made millions of dollars. And once again, our question was, what did this person know? Was it just luck? And we're back to this question because with the increasing financialization of everything, increasingly geopolitical moments are more than just horrific questions of whether someone's going to get bombed or not. The new question is whether your portfolio is going to get nuked, or your position is going to get blown up, or somebody else is going to make a killing on you financially. And this is a question not only for the traditional markets. Obviously, we now have war trading on places like Polymarket. And I want to discuss it real quick before we get into the insider trading question. We're going to listen directly from the Polymarket CEO, Shane Copeland, because he kind of presents this as, oh, it's actually value we're providing to the Iranians. This is a value proposition because now people know whether they should, hide in their bomb shelter.
When I get hit up by people in the Middle East who are saying that, hey, we're looking at Polymarket to decide whether we sleep near the bomb shelter. Like, we look at it every day, and I'm like, oh, it's...
That's fucking insane! That's fucking insane!
Really that popular over there? Like, are you kidding me? Like, do you not even know what's going on? Like, everyone's relying on this.
Guys, is this a good thing?
No!
Is it a good thing? We're going to gambling apps and going, am I getting bombed today? Look, setting aside even the national security threat of people basically placing bets on insider information of who we're going to strike when to try to make a buck. Okay, setting that aside, isn't this just like really immoral that bets are being placed on whether we're going to strike a country, and then that country is retroactively trying to use that information to figure out, insider information on whether a colonel or a general or a lieutenant placed a $50,000 bet on Polymarket, moved the market. Now we know something's going on. Like, I just want to pause and think about what kind of dystopian hellscape we've created where people are looking at a gambling company to see, are we actually going to get blown up today? Because this has been well reported on from, The Guardian, from Reuters, from people like the New York Times, that bettors are constantly cashing in on some of these war strikes, and some of them show signs of insider knowledge, meaning people are going to these platforms ostensibly with...
Yeah, just think about that. That means somebody in the war room is actually betting on the market.
What looks like insider information, placing bets, and then I guess people are using those bets to kind of try to make actions on whether they're going to sleep next to bomb shelters. And we're going to go back to that, but I want to take a look now at this $1.5 billion insider trade for a second here. Now that we've kind of covered that this is happening at a smaller scale on some of these prediction markets, because of course the biggest market of all is not crypto, it's not prediction markets, it's the capital markets. And we saw some big moves here pre-market, because previously the position of our government, which of course is laid out on Truth Social, is that if Iran did not fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours, the U.S. was going to obliterate their various power plants. And of course, the reason we're trying to get the Strait of Hormuz open is because without it being open, the price of oil is very high. So you can imagine that if this is resolved diplomatically, the price of oil would go down, the stock market would go up. And if it doesn't happen...
What was the odds? Exactly.
First, oil probably goes higher. Stock market's probably taking...
He'll probably bring us down.
It's not open. So the information of whether Iran is going to capitulate is very valuable. And this administration are the people who know it, right? And so when the president posts that he's pleased to report that the U.S. has had very productive talks with Iran, that obviously sent the stock prices going up and the price of oil coming down, just like predicted. But people were quick to notice that there were some traders that seemed to get in early. This is the Financial Times.
Oh!
And you can see the Trump post right there. And before both of them, you can see a little spike in trading volume. 15 minutes prior. 15 minutes prior,
Are you
the
fucking
Financial
kidding me?
Times reportedly found that $580 million in oil trades shorting the oil market were placed. And specifically, $1.5 billion worth of S&P 500 futures
Unreal.
were bought. Again, this is only minutes before, about 15 minutes before.
That means they literally took their money out of oil futures right before he did this and put it into a safe zone.
Or Trump announced that there are peace talks with Iran, which potentially could settle this whole thing. And obviously the question is, was this all a coincidence? I mean, look, I think pretty clearly it's not. I have to hedge, of course, and say that we don't know who exactly placed these trades. This is something that the SEC, CFTC would have to
Pelosi strikes
investigate,
again. Facts.
Which, is obviously unlikely given that we just had the Enforcement Division Director resign. We just had the CFTC, they're busy, diving into regulated betting with Polymarket and the MLB. So it seems like they have different priorities on their hands. I don't know if they're going to investigate it. Someone should, obviously. But at this moment, we don't know who placed a bet. We don't know if they were related to the Trump administration. It was someone inside. Maybe it was just someone from the Iranian side. We have no idea.
That would be wild. That would be wild. There's some fucking assistant in Iran that's like, bro, I'm about to fucking buy a bunch of oil futures.
Again, though, the problem is that we've had a history of these stories coming out. But there are also just more direct links that are concerning. You have this lucky investment by the president's son, who invested in a rare earth startup at a $200 million valuation, according to Joe Weisenthal. And then 3 months later, the U.S. government announced a huge loan backstop for the company. Specifically, the Commerce Department got an equity stake in the company, which obviously sends the price of it skyrocketing.
Crazy.
The valuation goes way up. Now it's a critical part of the American portfolio. And this, of course, makes a ton of money for 1789 Capital. So when we look at these events in their totality, it's very concerning, and it obviously screams, people are benefiting from insider information. That's what it suggests to, I think anyone paying attention. The idea that this is just happenstance or just some smart trader in all of the cases is unlikely. Maybe one case, maybe two cases, but how many...
Harrison AOC all the way to the shitter. Yo, has the stream started?
How many times does it have to happen?
Bro! Bro is back. Bro is back trolling. Bro is back trolling.
Front run the president's posts by only a few minutes with...
The stream has not started yet. Stick with us. Watch for the next 3 hours, and maybe the stream will start.
Very well-placed, very well-timed bets before we start to think maybe this is, somebody benefiting from some insider information. And I want to be clear, that isn't just necessarily, Barron Trump sitting on his phone. I think that's what people imagine when they hear insider trading. You have to understand, this stuff is usually much more sophisticated than that. It can be someone calling a hedge fund friend they know and say, hey, I've got some intel, here's what it is. And that person then goes and places a bet and makes a ton of money.
LOL.
And then they, pay a kickback under the table to the person with the inside information. So I want to be clear that even if this is insider trading, it is very possible that it's someone, outside, some hedge fund placing these huge bets, because these are giant bets that are being placed. But what does seem obvious
I got you tomorrow too.
Geopolitics
Appreciate you.
is tied to like markets, and specifically the markets are now seeking to find insider ways into taking advantage of what's going on, even if that's as cynical as placing bets on strikes, peace deals, ceasefires. And this is where I want to talk about a recent investigation by Bubble Maps, because they went and looked at several Polymarket accounts. Once again, this is back to the prediction markets, about one of the traders on there who is linked to several accounts. And I actually got the chance to talk to Nick, the person who did the investigation, about what it means. Here was our conversation.
So hello, Coffee. My name is Nick. I'm the CEO of BubbleMap, which is an on-chain analytics company.
So you guys just analyzed a series of Polymarket accounts, which seem to be related to each other financially. And can you just tell us about the kinds of bets you saw them making related to wars, their accuracy, and just some of the timing things? Obviously, it's very hard to prove definitively, who this is without having the internal documents, but just tell us some of the red flags you guys saw.
Yeah, for sure. So to give you some context, recently somebody got arrested in Israel for insider trading.
Whoa.
And it was on Polymarket. And in
Whoa.
the article, which was not fully disclosed, there was
Whoa.
no secrecy around this news.
Whoa.
We learned that somebody that was in the military personnel of Israel was using this privileged information to do insider trading. And he got arrested. And so this inspired us to look into this in more depth. Like, was this an isolated incident? Or is there more of this insiders who are benefiting from privileged military information?
Insider trading no shit, but who's going to jail for it? No one, absolutely.
And so we looked into more of this
Well, it's not even illegal on prediction markets either.
Polymarket war bets and war markets, and we found that in fact there was plenty more insiders or potential insiders. I'm going to be very careful with the wording. As you said, we're never sure, but more of these very suspected or suspicious trades that were happening on these markets. And on this particular post that we shared today, it was 7 accounts on Polymarket that were, for the most part, betting on U.S. and Israeli military operations with a 93% success rate.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Wow.
Decent.
Wow. 98%.
And let's be
Come
clear,
on!
they weren't
Come on!
events that were already like 90% going to happen. Some of their bets were on actually very
Oh,
unlikely
Jesus
events,
Christ.
Right at the time, the mainstream consensus was that these were unlikely events, like 80% not going to happen, they would bet the yes, or 80% going to happen, they would bet the no, right? Isn't that what y'all found?
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part, at least for the trades that made the most money, of course, it was mostly trading at like 20 cents, meaning that the consensus was 80% not going to happen, and they traded against it. So not only the amounts were suspicious in the sense that it was very unlikely events, but also the timing. So as you said, the timing of these bets occurred, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 weeks before the resolution of the event, which was the strikes from the US and from Israel in Iran. And we've seen this network of accounts that were betting, dating all the way from 2024 to 2026. So it's been 2 years of successful trades. And then the part that is insane is the fact that they are connected on chain. Without getting into too much specificities, they were sharing MXC deposits, they were sharing Bybit deposits, they were wiring profits
Hey, bro, turn off gigantic head filter.
to the same deposit address, sharing funding address was a very obvious
It's a damn
pattern
cheat
of
club.
clustered
Facts.
market accounts.
What do you think this means for the future of these prediction markets? I mean,
It's
obviously,
crazy.
there's a claim that this is not allowed. Insider trading is not allowed. Polymarket's going to go after them. Kalshi, they're going to shut it down. One thing that occurs to me is it's actually very hard, even if you know the identity of the person, to prove that it's insider trading. Because, for example, yes, if they are like a lieutenant colonel in the American armed forces, yes, you can go, okay, that's obvious insider trading, right? But let's say it's the like step cousin or something who just got the intel from somebody and they insider traded it. Are you going to know? Like, even if you're Polymarket, how can you say for sure that's insider trading? It seems to be just the fact that these
Hey, haha, hey man, haha, I thought it was live.
markets are there is presenting the opportunity for all sorts of insider trading that no matter how much information you have on chain or even the KYC, it's going to be very hard to prove.
When we talk about military insiders, most of the time people intuitively point towards like high-level government people or like high-level general or lieutenant, as you said. But it can be anyone. It can be troops on the ground. It can be people that are fueling the jets. It can be logistics. It can be intelligence. Like, there's so many people that are involved when it comes with military operations. You can even, as you said, potentially can be the dad. The son is calling him the day before saying, look, dad, I'm going to be away tomorrow. Stay safe. Love you. Mm-hmm. It can be the wife. She's aware too. I mean,
Yeah.
Technically. So there are thousands of people who are aware ahead of time. So this makes it very hard to track and to know who are going to be the insiders. They can be outside of the U.S. potentially, outside of like the U.S. jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And
CIA.
yeah, this is tricky, but like definitely prediction markets are opening a new layer, a new category of potential insiders. Military personnels, big tech employees, policymaker, central bank employee, like all those people, they know information ahead of time. And a couple of years ago, they couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
Now they can make a quick react.
So much over. Yeah.
Hey, future of finance.
Right, what the
it
fuck,
actually
man?
reminds me a lot of the Pelosi stuff.
Yep.
People go, oh, Nancy Pelosi's such a great trader. They forget it's Paul Pelosi that's placing those bets. Mm-hmm. And her husband, right? And that's always been the plausible deniability of the whole thing is, well, I can't obviously trade. That is going to be up to my husband. My husband's just interested in the market, right?
Right.
And that's, of course, what you can say here, too. It's like, oh, man, well, of course, as an armed service member, I wouldn't trade. But my wife got really interested in Polymarket, right? So this is the problem. I appreciate you alerting people to these accounts. Of course, you're just highlighting, obviously, suspicious activity. And, yeah, where can people find you?
At Bubble Maps on X, this is where we post our most hot topics.
All right, big thanks to Nick for coming on. I found that conversation fascinating about the connected Polymarket accounts. You see how some of this stuff is starting to get more sophisticated with multiple accounts placing these trades. But what I'm really hoping to do here is not to just point to one specific example. Part of what I want to do is show you several examples across time, across different markets, to show the problems with these interconnected, increasingly tweet-based markets, which are so subject to manipulation. Because I think what's so frustrating for people is when anybody is talking about these things online, on TV, they're so careful to hedge that it's not insider trading in any one specific case, because of course, without the SEC's information or CFTC's information, we don't know for sure. But by presenting enough case studies, what we can know is that some kind of insider trading activity is happening. And we should all be against that. Fundamentally, anyone who is not part of the rigging, the cheating, they should be pro-investigating. They should be pro-shutting this down. Unfortunately, I don't see how that's going to happen anytime soon, because whoever's benefiting probably doesn't want this to stop. I think, though, if you are part of the SEC, if you are part of the CFTC, you really do need to look at this, because you're creating a trust problem in the markets where if people believe the markets are rigged, eventually they're going to stop playing the game, or they're going to get in on rigging it themselves. I mean, this is, I think, the downward spiral is if the only alpha is being an insider, then increasingly people are just trying to cynically profit off each other.
Fuck each other over.
Try to get the insider information before the next guy. So I think it's bad all around, and I think it needs to stop. I just don't know when it will.
I don't think that it fucking ever will, Coffeezilla, but we appreciate you, boy. We appreciate you. And now, guys, let's check in on it. We have 21 votes in. Who will be president of the United States? 18 minutes into our poll, J.D. Vance, 48%. Gavin Newsom, 29%. Marco Rubio, 14%. AOC pulling up with 10% of the vote. Now let's head now to Mr. Daddy Trump. Mr. Daddy Trump. And Daddy Trump today was swearing in the new Homeland Security Secretary.
She's a good kid. She's a good one. Hello, everybody. Oh, look who we have. How are you? It's been a long time.
Almost becoming normal to see this crap. Pretty much. Especially all those screw jobs, man. That's pretty crazy.
You all set? Well, thank you very much.
It's making so much money. Fake bullshit.
A lot of confidence in this gentleman. And we're thrilled to swear in our new Secretary of Homeland Security, great American patriot, to put it mildly, Markwayne Mullin. And I want to just say, Markwayne, congratulations. Great. Thank you, sir. You deserve it. You're a great man. Let me also thank Secretary Mullin's beautiful family, including his wife, Christy. Thank you. His sons, Jim and Jace and Andrew, and daughters, Lara, Ivy.
I think it's always a stupid move to become part of a cabinet position when you're a senator. I don't know what he gets out of this position other than like the glory of being Trump's bitch for a minute.
Annette and other members of the Mullin family. It's a beautiful family. You wouldn't know this guy. He's our big top wrestling guy. I won't wrestle him for anything. An all-American wrestler, huh? Good. You have good genetics in that family. Proud of you. Thanks as well to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Chairman Jason Smith, Congressman Josh Gottheimer, former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, and many other friends that are gathered with us. It's great group of people. For 13 years, Markwayne has represented the incredible state of Oklahoma, a state that I won 77 out of 77 counties 3 times in a row, so they like me there. Second was Ronald Reagan at 56. Did you know that? 56, that's not bad. But 77, it's 77 out of 77, I think, right? That's not bad. But he was there in Congress as a member of the House and then as an outstanding United States Senator. And he really has been outstanding. He's been a close and vital partner in helping us secure the border, stop migrant crime, end the scourge of illegal drugs, and make America safe again and make America great again. And he's a tremendous player. He worked with Tom Homan, worked with all of our people on the right, and many more. And everything he's done has been good. I say everything he touched, he's turned to gold. Now, but even in business, he was successful, in all fairness. And he was successful, and he said, I want to go into politics. I hope you're happy. But as the only Native American, I didn't know that, huh? Let me look at you. Well, I think that's all right. He's got great quality, I can tell you. It's the only Native American in the Senate. How many have been there before you? Do you know? Native American?
I think 3.
3. Okay. Well, you're a fantastic representative. Markwayne has also been a fantastic advocate for our cherished tribal communities. He's now the first member of the Cherokee Nation ever to serve as a member of the cabinet. I didn't know all these things. I would have picked him faster if I had known. I would have made a quicker decision. Prior to his career in public service, Markwayne had a very successful career in business, leaving school at age 20 after his father got sick, taking over his family business and turning it into a multi-million-dollar success story. He's a very successful guy. Markwayne has also a career as an MMA fighter, That's why I looked at his ears and I said, I'm not going to fight with him. You can tell a lot about a person by their ears, right? During which he went totally undefeated. He was undefeated during his career, and he's been inducted into the Oklahoma Wrestling Hall of Fame. And the family is made of fantastic wrestlers, especially that guy right there. That's my favorite guy, huh? And suffered bad injury and come back stronger than ever, I think. So good to have you, man, right? I have no doubt that as he takes the helm of DHS, Markwayne will fight for Homeland Security, the United States, and securing the country and making it really strong and the way it should be. Our country's come a long way in the last year. We set it up so beautifully, and then we had 4 years of horror. We had 4 years of disgusting horror, open borders, and things that nobody
Trump in
would even
hell,
think of.
not in
You
jail.
think of 25 million people poured into our country.
Ah,
And we've gotten a lot of them out.
here they come! Here they come!
11,888 murderers came into our country. People came in from all over the world, from prisons and gangs, gang members, drug dealers, people from mental institutions, insane asylums. That's the mental institution times 2. And what they allowed to happen to our country can never be allowed to happen again, and it won't. With Markwayne, we have somebody that's strong, professional, and fair. As you know, the department that Markwayne takes over today is currently shut down by radical left Democrat thugs in Congress who have blocked all funding for DHS because they're trying to shield illegal alien criminals, gang members. They want to protect them from being taken out of the country, drug dealers, murderers. They're protecting them all. I don't know how people can vote for these people. You know, I see the midterms are close. I don't know what
Stinking
close
crap.
means, but I don't know how people can vote for them. You take a look. Men, they want men to be able to play in women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. Terrible. But that's the way it is. They don't want to give voter ID. They don't want voter ID for elections. They don't want proof of citizenship for elections. And then they get to vote. And they do cheat, but I don't know. It's hard to believe they can cheat that much. Just in the past few days, we've seen the horrifying consequences of Democrats' deadly open border extremism. They want open borders, and they want to open the borders again. They have their chance because they
I'm
think they're
going
gonna get
home.
votes by
Trump
doing
America
that.
is down.
On Thursday, a precious 18-year-old college student named Sheridan Gorman was shot and killed while she was walking
That was the Loyola Chicago one that
in
we
a
were
park.
watching
She was
yesterday.
just walking in the park, didn't do anything. The illegal alien monster charged with Sheridan's brutal murder had come illegally from Venezuela and been released into our country by Sleepy Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. And I don't say that because I think he's fine. He's okay. I don't like him, dislike him. I talk about job performance. That's all I care about, job performance. The worst president in history. And Obama wasn't far behind, by the way. But he was then arrested and released again by Democrat governor, a real slob of a governor, J.B. Pritzker, in the sanctuary city of Chicago, which we could make safe in 2 months, I would say. 2 months if we sent in the group, Tom, right? 2 months would be good. 3 months, very good. 4 or 5 months, it would be great. But they would never call because they don't want to do that. All they have to do is call and ask for a little help. The Democrats in Congress do not care how much American blood they shed in their demented pursuit
Ice
of
power.
open borders. From Sheridan Gorman to Jocelyn Nungri,
Didn't need Congress to act, just needed a new president. Facts.
Lake and Riley, their quest to flood our country with illegal aliens has left countless American victims in its wake. They never changed. They see what's happening. They never change. That's what they want. They want to get the votes. With sanctuary,
They get the votes. They
Sanctuary
get the
cities
votes.
going at levels that they are, and we've ended a lot. We've done a lot. But for some reason, they love it. It's a sanctuary. You know, sanctuary cities are sanctuary for, it's really a sanctuary for criminals. With Secretary Mullin at DHS, we will continue our record-setting efforts to deport these illegal alien criminals from our country, and we are doing at record levels despite a very unfair court system, a radicalized left court system, and others that I'm not too fond of also. and will protect innocent American lives. Every single illegal migrant who has a criminal record must be deported immediately. If they have a criminal record, you got to deport them. And there's a lot that came in under Biden. And Kamala, the great border czar, Kamala, who never went to the border, never called Border Patrol, never once called Border Patrol. Can you imagine that, Jim? She's the border czar. She never called Border Patrol. Explain that to me. He's the worst. She was as bad as he was. Going to give him IQ tests next week. Under the Trump administration, we've achieved unprecedented gains on public safety. Yesterday,
Go
we
Trump.
were in Memphis, Tennessee, to celebrate
my favorite
the
geriatric
steepest
pedo.
reduction in crime ever recorded. We've been there for about 5 months, and the numbers, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And thanks to our Memphis Safe Task, it's called Safe Task Force, alongside our efforts in Washington, D.C. And what we've done in Washington is amazing.
Not sure who was running the nation. Wasn't Biden.
We have Washington as a safe city now. It's been amazing. It's been, if you go back a year and a half, 2 years ago, Washington was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, let alone this country. And now we have a very safe city. And what they've done with all of the people working, many of the people.
The Trump haters are getting old. Wake up, follow the facts, assholes. Obama was.
Standing right there. It's been incredible. And now we're going to see all of our cities take a big step because of Markwayne.
No, it wasn't.
In 1 year, my administration, we've created the most secure border in the United States history and the largest drop in illegal immigration ever recorded, slashed the illegal fentanyl crossings on our border by 64%. And
Welcome, everybody. We are half an hour into our show tonight. No News is News, where we cover the news live, raw, and in person. Doing commentary of all of the unfiltered press materials, not watching the news, but watching all of the news, because no news is news. Remember, guys, you can double tap, hit that like button. When you hit that like button, you send people into the portal for our poll of the day. 30 minutes in, 55 votes. J.D. Vance coming away with it, 45%. Gavin Newsom, 33%. Marco Rubio, 16%. AOC, 5%. 30 minutes left of that first poll of the evening. Remember, guys, we are less than 1,000 views today so far, but if we get to the 3-hour mark and we're above 10,000 views, we will go into that 4th hour of news. Can this? Luma 13, Spearma, amen. Hell yeah. But anyway, hit that subscribe button. You get YouTube shorts sent into the fucking algorithm for yourself. And then after you're done with that, one last duty, hit that join button. $4 a month. $4 a month. You get that little logo next to your name in the chat. Will help support the channel as we go live every single night, covering the news right here on your cell phones. And you also, for those $4, get access to my entire film portal. 17 feature films right there on the YouTube channel page. Yes, this YouTube channel page. Go check it out right now. $4 a month, guys. Back to Daddy Trump.
Accomplished the largest decline in the murder rate in the history of our country, bringing it down to 1900. That's before my father was born. My father was born a little bit after that. He wouldn't be happy mentioning this because he never liked talking about age. But he lived to be a ripe old age. But that's before my father was born. Think of it, 1900, we have a record. 1900. Murders last year were at the lowest level in 125 years. And we're making America safe again. We're doing it at levels that everything we're doing, we're making great. The border is great. The military is great.
Everything we're doing is great. Trump exaggerations are.
We're having, by the way, a tremendous
the exaggerations are
success, as you know, in Iran. We had.
Honestly, first pin of the night. Good job there. Trump is the exaggerations are. Is he not?
One in Venezuela, and now we're having
Trump Daddy, baby.
In Iran, they have no Navy left. They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left. No radar left. No leaders left.
None of
the
above.
Leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to.
Those are the top 4 choices right now in
We're
Kelchi.
talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal. And we'll see what happens. I want to thank Pete Hegseth.
Make
the
Trump
job
great
you're doing
again.
over there is really incredible. You and the general and all of the other generals and colonels and captains and majors and everybody else, right? It's a perfect, amazing thing. We make the best military equipment in the world. Now we're going to make it faster. We want to get it faster, but we make the best in the world. We're doing a job. So I'd like to ask Attorney General Bondi to come and do the honors of swearing in a man who's going to do a phenomenal job for our country. And I tell you, your family has to be very proud. You have to be very proud. Absolutely. Everybody wanted this job. I said, there's one man for this job, and I have no doubt he's going to be fantastic. Thank you, Pam. Come on over. Thank you.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do
Don't blame Trump if your own bad decisions and lack of good judgment in your life.
solemnly swear,
Markwayne Mullin.
Markwayne Mullin,
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear true faith to allegiance and do the same.
and that I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
on which I am about to enter.
which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Secretary.
Secretary Markwayne Mullin. Is it on stolen land now, bitch? It's a Native American. What now?
Thank you. I think that was the most nervous I've ever been.
Yeah, you just didn't want to fuck up the words for CNN.
It just seems surreal being in the Oval Office and having the President of the United States speak so highly of me and then recognize my family and know my family by name. It's humbling, and I never take it for granted. But I've made this very clear that I don't care what color your state is. I don't care if you're red or you're blue. At the end of the day, my job is to be Secretary of Homeland and to protect everybody.
Wow, what a fucking starter, man. What a fucking starter pack.
By the same.
My
and
guy.
We will do that. I'll fight every single day. Today I got the privilege of meeting so many of the employees at DHS. These employees have been there for 30 days without pay. And if you need anything to know their dedication to show up and still protect the homeland that you and I enjoy and the freedoms that we're
Make America great again.
They're working with for free because of political politics.
Yeah,
That's
working
all I
for
need to know.
free.
I told them, if you're fighting 365 days, understand I'll be fighting 365 days beside you. No one's going to outwork me, and I'm not going to let any of them outwork me. The president has entrusted me with this, and
Wow.
failure is not an option. And so
I'm fucking ready for him. I'm ready for him. Give him the shot.
thank you so much,
Let's go.
Mr. President, for this opportunity. I won't let you down.
Thank you very much.
I think Daddy Trump made a good one on this one.
I love that expression. No one's going to outwork me. That's a wrestler's expression, isn't it? Huh? That's a good wrestler's expression. Yes, please.
Bold words for Trump supporter. Homeland Security says bye to Barbie girl.
President, will the
Facts.
Secretary's replacement in the Senate support the SAVE Act and
Hey,
the use
80.
of the talking filibuster?
We don't have to worry about Iran having nuclear weapons anymore. That's the president's job.
To get it through.
Well, the SAVE Act is not called this. It's called the Save America Act. There's a
Yeah, he's fucking real. It is not the Save Act. It is the Save America Act.
difference because the Save Act, nobody knows what that means. Save America.
Why don't
means
you go
Save
fight?
America. And I can't speak for him, but I would imagine that Markwayne, I didn't even ask him the question because who wouldn't support it? Voter ID with a picture. You want citizenship, proof of citizenship. Ideally, you want to end mail-in ballots because there's tremendous corruption. Then we added a couple of things, Markwayne, like I don't think being a great athlete and having a family of great athletes, they have produced great athletes in this family.
Kamal the GOAT,
All-American
LOL.
wrestlers. They especially like wrestling, by the way. And what about baseball? You play baseball? Anything? They like wrestling. But I don't think that you would say that his family, and I don't know this for a fact, and I shouldn't say it because I could get myself. Does anybody in your family want men to play in women's sports? I don't think so, Jim, right? I don't think so. I don't think. How would they do? Would they do good wrestling you? They would be in trouble? He said, yes, they'd be in big trouble. It's so crazy. So that would be one. And then we have a few others that we call them the best of Trump. But if you look at transgender mutilization of children, we don't want that. It's the mutilization of children.
His ballot.
We don't want that.
Hypocrite.
So generally speaking, I think I can answer that Markwayne would be.
He mailed his ballot into
very
Florida.
much
He mailed his ballot into Florida, and he also mailed his ballot in 2020 to Florida as well. So it is kind of ironic that he's like, get rid of mail-in ballots.
Favor of what I'm in favor of. Would you say that's right, Mark? I can't think of too many things. He might be worse. He might be worse than me.
Though I think what he means by there's a difference, because what he's talking about with mail-in ballots is when the state sends out a ballot, a blank ballot, and you just fill it out because you receive it in the mail, and you just send it back in to the mail. Voting absentee is completely different. That's where you request the ballot. The ballot is received by you, and you have to place it back in the mail. You request absentee. And yeah, he has voted absentee twice, but absentee is not voting by mail. They're two completely different things.
That's my look at his wife is saying.
As ironic as it looks.
But
and it was right there where they are now Lebanon crisis, they called it. Same Hezbollah as usual. I get tired that this president feels if he says it, it has to be true. That's correct.
So, yeah, he's going to be great. Yeah.
Do you believe the Secretary will run DHS any differently than Kristi Noem did? What do you hope to see as his priorities?
Ooh.
Well, we had a good.
That is a good question, because now he's gonna praise Kristi Noem instead of fucking saying, yeah, we're changing shit.
Run. Look, we created the strongest border with the help of that man right there. Tom is so incredible, and he's going to be a big influence here too. There's nobody more professional, nobody better. There's nobody better as a human being. You know, he looks tough, but he's got a good heart, but not too good. Don't make it too good. But you know, we had Tom. We have the safest border we've ever had. We have a lot of assets, but a lot of things we can do, and we're going to do. We have to get criminals out of our country that were allowed in by Biden. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, do you support what appears to be a merging agreement coming out of the Senate to reopen DHS?
Well, I'm going to look at it, and we're going to take a good hard look at it. I want to support Republicans, and, you know, sometimes it's awfully hard to get votes when you have Democrats that don't want to have voter ID. They don't want to have proof of citizenship. They don't want to do anything about men playing in women's sports. That's one of the items we put on, you know. And I did that just because it's so popular. You know, they say that's at least an 80-20 issue. No, it's about a 99-1. I don't think it's, what do you think, Pete? Do you think it's 80-20? Who's closer, 80-20 or 99-1?
Almost 100.
Yeah, I think 100 is really the, so, you know, so I support that, and I support common sense.
Would you be comfortable with a deal that involves separating ICE funding from the DHS funding package in order to reopen?
Well, they're working on all of that. You know, that's a detail that they'll explain later. Please.
Election integrity and DHS measures. Mr. President, since CISA falls under DHS, and given that many credible voices have raised concerns
Pretty much
over
invited in.
premature and possibly
Another exaggeration.
faulty 2020 election assessment, will you and Secretary Mullin implement reforms at CISA and at DHS to ensure full confidence in future elections, like in the upcoming?
About it. We'll talk about it. You know, pros and cons. Look, they used it to try and put me in prison, right? So I can't be thrilled with it. They used that very strongly, very illegally. The Democrats are thugs, and I don't want to say that. It would be nice to everyone get along, but it's a different country than it was years ago. It was very dangerous the way they used it. And they weaponized government. They used that to weaponize government. So I'm not thrilled, but I'll also go along with two groups of people.
Trump
the military,
is an
and I think
imbecile, what a total waste.
The military likes it, right? And I'll go along with the senators. I'm fine. But I was a big victim of it. Yeah, please.
Are you going to send Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff to do direct negotiations with the Iranians?
Free
we're
stuff
in
to vote Democrat.
as it turned out, and now you've seen what I said yesterday was exactly correct. We're in negotiations right now. They're doing it along with Marco,
Actually,
JD.
you are an imbecile.
We have a number of people doing it, and the other side, I can tell you, they'd like to make a deal. And who wouldn't if you were there? Look, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their communications are gone.
Their hands are gone, their feet are gone. Their nose is gone. Every statement he makes is an omission.
It's the biggest problem. It's very hard to communicate them between themselves. All of the anti-aircraft is gone. Most of their missiles are gone. We either shot them or they shot them and don't have them anymore. They're down to a trickle.
They shot them and they don't have them anymore.
Pretty much everything they have is gone. I don't know. Can you name one thing that's not gone, or can you name one thing that's doing well?
Can you name one thing that's not gone?
You know, if you read the papers, you think we're tied. You think we're in a tough battle.
You think we're tied?
We are roaming free over Tehran.
Nobody thinks we're tied.
The city, Tehran, as opposed to Iran. We're roaming free. We can do whatever we want. And as you know, today...
I honestly want our president to succeed, but I'm getting tired of all of the me, and I did this talk. Big fat pig Trump.
Today, we were going to have the privilege of shooting down a very big electric generation plant, one of the biggest in the world. And one shot to the right location ends the plant, it collapses. And we held off based on the fact that we're negotiating. Yeah.
What do you think was the turning point to make you want to pursue a ceasefire? A few days ago, you said you wanted to continue bombing Iran. Now you want to pursue peace talks. Was there something that happened?
The fact that they're talking to us and they're talking sense. And remember, it all starts with they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Just, I said yesterday, they said, what are the top 10? I said, well, number 1, 2, and 3 is they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and we're talking about that. And I don't want to say in advance, but they've agreed.
Never get tired of winning.
A nuclear weapon. They've agreed.
Never, ever.
Former Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino said his only regret is that he didn't catch more illegal aliens. What's your reaction?
Who said that?
That's your former Border Patrol Chief. He just retired.
Well, I mean, we captured a lot. They were allowed into the country by Sleepy Joe and that group of incompetent people that were, he was the worst president ever, the group of incompetent people. To me, that's the biggest scar. Inflation, they caused the highest inflation we've ever had. We've already gotten rid of it. The biggest scar is what they did, the people that they allowed from prisons all over the world. They came from the Congo, from all over South America. Rough people. Really tough
people.
So, no, I understand what he means.
His vocabulary skills for president is very poor and not very creative.
He would have...
Not creative enough. Not very creative is exactly how Trump would say it.
I'd like to have captured more. I'm not capturing so much as removing. We're removing thousands of people. And many are self-deporting because we're going after them so powerfully that they're self-deporting, Tom.
Boom, baby! We just hit 100 of you live in the chat. Welcome, guys, to No News is News, where we cover the news raw, unfiltered, live from the press materials all night long. And we are almost an hour into our show. At the end of our first hour, we will declare the 2 winners in a runoff. And moving forward, we're going to have our third-party candidate, our number 1 third-party prediction candidate in that second hour poll. So get your votes in now. Double tap that screen. Hit that like button. You send more people into the poll for our poll of the day, which right now is who will be president of the United States. 170 votes in. 46 minutes. 14 minutes left. Gavin Newsom taking it away, 40%. J.D. Vance, 32%. Marco Rubio, 16%. And AOC getting a full 12% right now today. Remember, guys, if we hit over 3,300 views in that first hour, we are on par to hit over 10,000 views in the first 3 hours, which means that we will go to that 4th hour of news. Thank you guys for checking this out, watching our show. Hit the subscribe button. Get YouTube Shorts thrown into the portal. And once you do that, hit that join button. Get a little logo next to your name in the chat. Help support the channel with just $4 a month. We're live every day covering the news. And you also gain access to 17 feature films in my film vault. I do a feature film every single year since I was 18 years old. All of them in the film vault right there on this very YouTube channel just for $4 a month. Thank you for the support. Back to Daddy Trump.
I think that's one of the big unkept secrets. We have thousands and thousands of people, and they're self-deporting. They're going back to where they came from. But what we want really is the criminals. We're really focused on those criminals, getting them out. Yeah.
What's your message right now to Democrats and also to Americans that are stuck in airports?
Hi.
It's really devastating watching it online. because
Welcome
they're
back, Jake.
helping fund DHS.
What's
Your
devastating?
message to Americans right now stuck in airports as we speak because Democrats won't.
Well, they just don't. They won't look. This is a deal that was done in the Great Big Beautiful Deal, which gave you the biggest tax cuts ever, including no tax on tips and no tax on Social Security for the seniors. Think of it: no tax on overtime, tax deductions when you buy a car. You take money, pay interest on the money, you deduct it. We've never had that for people buying cars. If it's an American car, only if it's an American car. But they are just they stick together, the Democrats. I tell you, I give them great credit for that. We have some that they're not good stickers. We have guys like Tom Massey in Congress, who's terrible. He's just terrible, terrible person. I call him Rand Paul Jr. But they don't vote. Rand Paul, rarely votes for stuff. Likes me, says I'm a great president. He said the other day, I'm a great president, one of the greatest presidents. But I said, do me a favor, vote for us and don't call me a great. I'd rather have the vote than the statement. But we have people that don't stick together, and those people hopefully will someday be gone. The thing I most respect about the Democrats, even on horrible policy, they stick together. What they do have, though, is horrible policy. Transgender for everyone, open borders, men and women's sports. They have the worst policy that you can imagine. And so whether they stick together or not, they have just this terrible policy. We have great policy. Republicans have great policy. We have common sense policy, but it's great policy. That's our biggest advantage, is our policy is correct. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, are you encouraging our allies in the Gulf to be more involved in the Iran operation?
Say it.
Are you encouraging our allies in the Gulf to be more involved in the Iran operation?
Yeah, a little bit, but more NATO. I think our Gulf allies have been pretty good, to be honest with you. UAE's been hit so hard. He got hit by 1,400 rockets, shot them all out of the air with our great Patriot missiles. Think of it, they shot 100 missiles at one of our aircraft carriers, the Abraham Lincoln, one of the biggest ships in the world, actually. And out of 101 missiles shot, every single one of them was knocked down in the sea. Think of that. Think of what that means. 101 missiles, highly sophisticated, very fast missiles shot. Out of 101, all 101 were shot down, and now, for the most part, lie at the bottom of the sea. Pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. Our military is amazing, Pete. You know the attack I'm talking about recently? 101 shot. I said, wow. I saw that. You can see we have sort of pretty good equipment that we see. It's called the red line. Those red lines were thick, right? I said, that's a lot. And then we saw them one by one just get shot. And these guys that do the shooting are the coolest cucumbers ever. You know, most people, you don't have a lot of time.
Musk, next president?
When a missile's going at 2,500 miles an hour.
It would be good.
I don't care how far away it is. You don't have a lot of time. But I watched them.
110 in the live chat. Hit that double tap, that like button, y'all.
Great students. MITs, a lot of MITs, a lot of guys like this. They're not as much into the muscle as they are this one right here. And amazing to watch them perform under great pressure, because they have a matter of seconds to do it. If they don't do it properly, it's
liar,
big
bullshit.
problem. You know, because these were powerful. These were very powerful missiles coming, and so a lot of people choke. They don't choke. These guys don't.
DJ Trump will stay as president. Praise God.
The best in the world.
Maybe
the best in the world. Yeah.
Mr. President, what would be your message today to the TSA agents who have been staying home in recent days?
Did you just say Elon for president?
Some of them are needing money, you know, because the Democrats cut off their money. I blame the Democrats more than anything else. But some of them, you know, they didn't get paid because they're not funded by the Democrats. This is a Democrat problem. In fact, I actually said to the Senate, why would you say this is a Democrat problem? I think the polls are showing it's a Democrat problem. And they'll do anything actually to hurt our country so they can try and win the midterms. And if we ever went back to our old policies, we wouldn't have a country left.
If they get a deal, Republicans and Democrats in the Senate, to fund all but enforcement operations of ICE, to get those TSA agents repaid and to open up the rest of the department, would you sign that?
Well, I don't want to comment until I see the deal, but as you know, they're negotiating a deal. I guess they're getting fairly close, but I think any deal they make...
Trump has not did 2 consecutive terms.
I'm pretty much not happy
Exactly,
with
exactly.
These guys came in, they
I've been
wouldn't
saying
pay
that for
people.
fucking ever, man.
You know, they had a deal to pay. They had to break their deal. The Democrats broke the deal that we had. It was all done. Everything was fine, and then they just said, well, we're not going to pay anymore.
You are the problem?
And
who is the problem?
They hurt our country, and at a very
Fuck
difficult
Trump.
time, because you know we
Beat
are at,
Trump.
as they would say, a war. They call it a war. I call it a military operation, a very successful one, like successful like nobody's ever seen before. Hey, Venezuela was equally as successful. That was a great thing. No, the Democrats had a deal. It was a done deal, and then they said, well, we're not going to pay, and. So a lot of people suffered over that and put our country in danger. You have another question? You haven't been here in a while.
Well, Iran, can you give us any more sense of who exactly in Iran it is, either Witkoff and Kushner and others you're speaking with?
Yeah, we had, I hate to say this in front of these young people. They're not children. I spoke to most of them. They sound like
Hail
adults
Caesar?
to me, even though they are sort of children.
Hail
They'll
Caesar!
always be your children. But I hate to say it, but
Back one
we
second,
killed
guys.
all their leadership. And then they met to choose new leaders, and we killed all of them. And now we have a new group, and we can easily do that, but let's see how they turn out. We have really regime change. You know, this is a change in the regime because the leaders are all very different than the ones that we started off with that created all those problems. So this was, I think we can say, Jason, this is regime change, right?
What makes you trust them?
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you. I mean, that's only because I know you. But if I didn't know you, I'd probably have more trust. But I don't trust anyone.
Why bother talking to them?
Why do you say that? Why do you say what makes you trust? Do you think I trust them? I don't trust them.
Then why bother talking to them?
Because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people.
Is that nuclear related?
No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related. And it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people. Because, you know, you don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone. Khomeini, all gone. As the expression goes,
All gone.
the past supreme leader.
Goodbye.
And then the new supreme leader was racked up, at a minimum, racked up pretty good. And everyone else was gone.
Racking them up.
And then many of the people in the third tier are gone. But we're dealing with a group
Where's the fourth tier?
of people that I think turn out. And
Fourth tier,
the
represent.
present, the gift they made to us was very significant. And they said they were going to do it, and it happened. And they're the only ones that could have done it. Jennifer?
Wonder if they could fast track TDS drugs like they did COVID
Yeah, it
vaccines.
was related to the
Facts.
flow and to the strait, yeah, it was.
Are you negotiating on who's going to control the strait from now on?
No, we'll have control of anything. we
Pinnable
want.
comment.
Look, if we can end this without more lives being down, without knocking out $10 billion electric plants
Rico.
that are brand new and
Dems don't
the
want
apple
proof of
their eye,
anything.
I'd
Hell,
like to be
they
able to do
won't
that,
even
yeah.
believe their own eyes.
But they can't have certain things. I mean, you know the things.
He
I don't have
voted
to go
today
over the
by
list,
mail.
but again, it starts with
He didn't vote by mail. He voted absentee. There is a difference.
nuclear weapons, and they've agreed to that. There won't be any nuclear weapons. They're not going to have, and they're not going
How
to have
come he didn't
enrichment.
have the option, none of
any
the
of those
above in
things,
the
but-
poll? Because
Look,
that's
I hate
not
to
an
say that
option.
We're in a very good bargaining
You can not
position,
vote. You can just decide not to vote.
And I hate to say that they're defenseless because, you know, until that last missile is fired, they have little power. But we are in about the best bargaining position. We're way ahead of schedule. And again, they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they
What a
have no
complete load of
missile
dribble
protection,
coming out of
and
his
most
mouth.
of their missiles are gone. Most of their launches we've killed. You know, we've killed about...
He said everything was gone. Now he's saying most of everything is gone. Which one was it?
82% of their launches.
Hey,
so even if they had a missile, they can't launch it. We've been very fast. We have the greatest military in the world. Nobody even comes close. We have the best military.
Guys, if you're just joining us, double tap, hit that like button, send more people of your political persuasion into the chat, into our poll. Our poll of the day, as it is every day, is who is going to be President of the United States. Right now, we are 58 minutes in. We got 2 minutes left, 276 votes in the bag. Mr. Newsom, 39%. Mr. J.D. Vance, 33%. Our second poll of the evening will be a runoff, but we will be adding in our third-party choice. So double tap, hit that like button, send people into the chat for those last 2 minutes of that poll tonight before we have our runoff. Remember, guys, if we are doing... Right now we got 4,000 in the first hour. So if we get over 10,000 in the first 3 hours, we will go to that fourth hour of news. If we have over 100 of you in the live chat, after 4 hours, we will continue the show over and over again until it's over. So please double tap, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get those YouTube shorts sent into your algorithm. After you do that, hit that join button, $4 a month, get a little logo next to your name in the chat. Help us do the news every single day and support the channel. It changes logos every single month that you stay a supporter, as well as access to my entire feature film library, 17 feature films right there on the YouTube page. Go check it out. Yes, this YouTube page, $4 a month, 17 feature films, plus all of the above. Back to Daddy Trump for a second.
Equipment in the world. Go ahead.
On Saudi Arabia, there's been some reporting that you've been talking to the Crown Prince. Have you been focused on...
He received a ballot by mail? No, he received a ballot in the mail because he requested to vote absentee. There's a difference.
Saudi Arabia and Israel.
Well, no, we have a great relationship with Saudi Arabia. What do you hear with Saudi Arabia?
Just hearing that you've been talking and that he has been encouraging you to do certain things related to Iran. Can you share a little bit?
He's a warrior. He does, yeah, he's a warrior. He's fighting with us, by the way. Saudi Arabia has been excellent, and UAE, excellent. And I will tell you, Qatar.
All right, let's take a look at that poll. The final numbers. 1 hour in, hitting that button, 280 votes in, putting it down on the poll. Who will be the next president of the United States? Gavin Newsom coming away with it, 39%. J.D. Vance, 32%. Marco Rubio, 17%. AOC getting a full 12% tonight, guys. Now for the runoff. Who will be president of the U.S. in 2028? We have Gavin Newsom in first place. We have J.D. Vance in second place. And tonight we are throwing in our third-party option every night moving forward. And that third-party option tonight with the highest predictability of third-party results is Tucker Carlson. Who will be the next president of the United States, guys? Will it be Gavin Newsom, J.D. Vance, or a third-party America First, Tucker Carlson? We have 71% Gavin Newsom, 14%, 22%, 22% Tucker and JD. It's going back and forth. We got 10 votes in there. We'll double check in on that in a minute. Back to Daddy Trump. Double tap. Hit that like button, guys.
Took a hit.
Send them in.
Hit. Qatar's very close.
God help us. Please tell me this is a Mike Tyson guy.
Qatar took a hit. They've been great. They've been very strong. Kuwait, they had a little mishap. They shot down 3 planes with our missiles. They happen to be our planes. But the pilots made it. Can you imagine the pilots making it? The pilots saw what was coming. And they said, those are Patriots. We're not going to escape Patriots. And they got out of there pretty quick, Pete, right?
Neither one would mean there were 2 options. There were 3 options there. Pick one.
The 3 pilots lived. They're fine. In fact, they're flying today.
It was the Kuwaitis that accidentally fired the missile?
Yeah, the Kuwaitis made a mistake. They fired. They thought they were firing at...
I love that he's finally saying it. I hate when they come out here and they go, that's classified.
The enemy. It was, as the expression goes, friendly fire.
Yep.
But the pilots are great. They're flying today. Pretty amazing, right? When you think of it. Yeah.
Straw what here? What's up? What's up? Put tracks Nathal hat. Name in the hat. Shut the fuck up, you stupid rapist, Tuck.
How hopeful are you that this peace deal will work
Is
out?
Tuck gonna pull away with it? Tucker Carlson in third place, guys. Tucker Carlson just making more room for Gavin Newsom. 60%. Oh, man. We're getting brutalized out there.
You're talking about...
Apologize to Mueller family. Where's your Purple Heart? Nah, I'll apologize to fucking Rob Reiner's family before I ever apologize to Mueller. I'll spit on Mueller's grave, take a knife, stick it in, and go, ha ha! Like Bart Simpson before I ever fucking apologize to fucking Mueller. But yes, I will apologize for Rob Reiner's family because he didn't deserve that.
To end it?
Can I donate to you? You can absolutely donate to me. Hit that super chat. Hit that like button. Hit the join button, $4 a month. Join the club. We have 36 members strong now, guys. You get access to 17 feature films.
To tell you for sure.
All for just $4 a month. Hit that join button, guys.
You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won.
Winner, chicken dinner.
To keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times. You read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it. For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing
Just
about
kidding.
it.
Can I donate to you going
me.
back to elementary
That's
school?
all they can do.
Okay.
And yet, if you read the New York Times or if you
You
watch
can. Sure. If you want to give me $5,000, I will film a video of me going back to an elementary school. So, by all means, Dark Kuma, if you want $5,000, by all means. Trump cult member. Yeah, not really, but nice retardation from Dark Kuma. Dark Kuma 12 with the being a full fucking retard.
NBC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say...
Full fucking retard mode from Dark Kuma.
They're totally defeated. You know, we killed their Navy in, would you say 3 days, Pete? Gone.
We killed their Navy? Killed the Navy?
I was a little upset with Pete. I said, why didn't you save the ships? We could have used them, right?
For your
He said,
education, bro. You
them
need
down.
it. But by all means, please donate to my education. But you're too broke-ass to even put down 99 cents. So why don't you just shut your fucking stupid liberal retard ass up? Fucking dumbass motherfucker. Like, I can't even afford to push the button for 99 cents, but I'm going to sit here and... I fake donated to you. I'll donate to your education. You're too broke to even put $1 on YouTube. Shut the fuck up.
The Navy was wiped out.
Retards not speak. Retards not speak about me being a cult member when they can't even afford 99 cents. Out here making fake comments about tipping when they can't even afford 99 cents on YouTube. You broke ass, go somewhere else. Go watch some fucking furry bullshit. All right? Dark Kuma. Not the channel for you,
Rapid
bro.
order. Pretty impressive for you guys, you champion
The
wrestlers,
child molester
right?
in person with lies. He ain't nothing but the devil. No one need political education from you, boy. What you on? Boy, what you want? Boy, what you want? You're not worth 0.01 cents. Yet you've still been here for 5.5 minutes.
They're wiped out militarily. They are dead. Yeah.
On Ukraine, is there a new sense of a timeline? Do you want to get something done before the midterms?
Well, we'd like to see President Putin and President Zelensky sit down and make a deal. I think they're getting close, but I've been saying that for a while. I've settled 8 wars. All of them should have been more difficult than this one. This should have been the easiest one. But these are two people that truly hate each other.
He spelled witch instead of witch in one of his Truth Social posts like crazy. Big guy needs to live on $9.51 $9.51 a month, then run your mouth. Man, the fucking retards are out, guys. Make the place I ran look like the surface of the moon. There we go. Pinnable comment. Make it look like the surface of the moon. Go Trump MAGA. If he pays me, of course. Newsom 2028. Keep defending Epstein, buddy. Trump certainly did. Sorry, bro. Let's start over. I think we got things mixed up a bit. You support Trump?
hatred.
You support
is
retard?
not good for making deals. These are people that they don't like.
I ain't got time for this bullshit with y'all
I know
retards.
You said there's a bunch of people from the administration who are negotiating with Iran. There's been reports that the
This is a non-binary chat. All right, guys. Let's leave it at that. Let's stop being fucking complete party retards.
vice president is leading those negotiations. Is that true?
Well, he's involved in
No
them.
comment. That
JD
makes sense.
is involved, and Marco's involved, and Jared Kushner's involved. Very smart guy, and Steve
You support
Witkoff,
fast
smart
food,
guy,
obviously.
is involved.
Obviously, bro.
And I'm involved.
But I do not support that big arch. I tried that shit. That was fucking... Why did I even try that shit? I gave the other half to my dog, and then my dog shit diarrhea. That's how horrible that burger was. Best burger in Texas? P. Terry's. Do I love fast food? Absolutely. Will I shovel a fucking giant fucking super fry in my face from McDonald's? Absolutely, motherfuckers. This is America. Excuse me, hack-ass.
I'm involved.
Excuse me, hack-ass. I need your attention, hack-ass. You're not worth burning my data. Go on a diet. I can't handle it. I'm just sitting here in the chat. I can't handle it. Take it out on the Democrat retard mode. Trump, Trump, Trump. Laugh my ass off.
And I'm not going to talk about this.
The accounts department loves Coffeezilla. He always brings receipts.
Millions of lives. Because that's what
Absolutely.
you're talking about. You're talking about saving.
Beginning of this live stream, we covered Coffeezilla. He did an insider trading little thing. Devious.
Millions of lives. If Iran
latest
had a
news in
nuclear
Iran,
weapon,
foreign minister
they
said
would have used
negotiations
it. And
are
if I didn't
over
end
forever.
The horrible
Yeah, okay,
Barack
bruh.
Hussein Obama.
Okay, bruh.
Iran nuclear deal.
Okay, bruh.
In my first administration, they would have had a nuclear weapon 3 or 4 years ago. They would have used it. I would have never gotten the chance probably to be president. Who knows what it would have been so devastating. And if we didn't send those beautiful B-2 bombers, they took them off my desk. They were right there. I don't know why. But if we didn't have those beautiful, the B-2 hit, well, which was so we obliterated, despite CNN. CNN said, "Well,
excuse me,
maybe the word obliteration."
assholes.
Said, no, we obliterated it. Just obliterated their nuclear potential. You would have had them having 2 weeks after that attack had we not made the
What's
attack.
your highest education?
They would have had a
Third grade?
nuclear weapon. They would have absolutely.
Why are you still here? Shows your education level. Bro made like a comment about tipping me, then was like, nah. Then I was like, you're too broke to even donate 99 cents. Then continued to stay in the chat and continues to make comments about my education level. I'm just, good luck, bro. Keep trolling. It's all good. You're just handing me free engagement. Appreciate it. Use your energy up, my homie. Hey, why is Tucker even in the list? Because he might be the third-party candidate. He's the highest potential third-party candidate right now. It also means that those bets are relieving intel and attacks. If someone hacks on isolates those bets, they have direct intel on U.S. strike timelines. Exactly. 81st Airborne is in there for a reason.
And they would have used it on the entire.
Let's start
Middle East,
over,
including
jackass.
Israel.
No, let's not.
And you know
Let's
why
start
you see
with
that?
you
Because
shoveling a dick hole in your face.
When this war broke out, unexpectedly they started sending missiles to UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, and elsewhere.
Great, let's go.
And nobody thought they were going to. Were you equally surprised by that, Pete?
Way more than we thought, Mr. President.
Pete, do you
This
want to
lady
give
has
about
no
a
idea what she's
3-minute,
talking about. Hey, now you called me a lady.
Statement on how we're doing.
Or are you
this?
calling Daddy Trump a lady?
As
Either
I call
way,
it, military
no ladies here,
operation.
just
People
daddies.
don't like me using the word war, but so I won't. But the Democrats go to war. How about a little statement? I
Listen,
think he's done
buddy.
a very good job. Do we agree he's done a good job, Markwayne? Can we take some of your time?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. You're spot on. Never in history has a modern military.
How many times you gonna
Iran
play
had a
the same
modern
video,
military,
man?
A modern Navy, a modern Air Force.
We never played the same video twice, but sure. Keep dying. You're in a cult, buddy. It's written on your wall. Only thing written on my wall is Louis C.K.
Modern air defenses, leadership,
And Andrew
massive
Cuomo
bulk.
and
Never has a
COVID.
modern military been
Those are the only
so
posters on the
rapidly
wall.
and
And a
historically
dartboard.
obliterated, defeated from day one with overwhelming firepower. The air campaign that we've conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us, was one for the history books, truly.
Trump is
and it's
barely
because we have a
coherent.
president of the United States that when he sends his war fighters out to fight, he unties their hands to actually
Excuse
go out,
me,
close
jackass?
with, and destroy the enemy
Excuse.
as viciously as possible from moment one. And that's why we see ourselves as part of this negotiation as well. We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War
It's a
Department agrees.
metaphor.
Our job is to ensure that.
What
And
is?
so we're keeping our hand on that throttle.
Dark
as long as hard
medical
as is
proof,
necessary
please.
to ensure
Clearly it
the
was
interests
above
of the
your
United
head.
States of America are achieved on that battlefield. This is not Iraq and
Ken
Afghanistan.
Slime, hey.
This is not a president
Pete
who's
Buttigieg
interested
for
in
president 2028.
vague end states. He's
Okay.
been very clear with us about what we need to accomplish, creating the conditions for them never to have a nuclear capability, and that's exactly what we're doing in historic fashion. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Pete.
Appreciate
Thank you, Richard.
Mr. President,
You know, the only two people that were quite disappointed, I don't want to say this.
You don't know what a
but I have
metaphor
to.
is?
I said, Pete
No.
and General Raisin
No.
Kane, I think this thing's going to be settled very soon. Here they go. Oh, that's too bad. Pete didn't want it to be
Hello,
settled.
praise God.
It's
Something being written on the wall when
these
it's
guys are
not
doing a
literally
great
written
job.
on the wall.
It's a good attitude,
Oh, please
though, Tom,
explain
right?
more. Please explain
They were
more.
not
I have
interested
no
in
idea what it
settlement.
is.
They were interested in just winning.
I'm very confused on what you're actually saying a metaphor is. So please, re-explain what a metaphor is. Please.
This thing.
War
Yeah,
criminals.
Mr. President, can you, just taking things locally, hopefully not doing international affairs for a second, do you support the construction of the Second Avenue subway in New York City, and will your administration
Wow,
work
that's
among
really far out, Chris. You know, the Second Avenue subway is being
I love this. This is like an old fucking joke in New York, motherfucker. The Second Avenue subway. The most useless piece of equipment.
under construction for, you're a young guy, is longer than you are old, okay? That's been under construction. I
Who
haven't heard
employs
about
you,
the Second
McDonald's,
Avenue
Burger
subway
King?
in
Neither.
20 years. What the hell kind of a question is that?
Go to
Yeah,
school
I
and
guess
learn
they gotta
grammar.
get it finished. They spent trillions of dollars practically. No, they spent more money on that.
Do you know what the
than on
tariffs
anything,
are?
I think in the history
What
of
a parts
our
of
city
Congress is?
in New York City, and it's been
Funny
under construction
stream,
for a long
great
time.
troll
It's
killing
very
you.
sad, actually.
Appreciate
The
you.
only thing maybe worse was Gavin
12-piece bucket of stupidity overflowing. Facts.
Newsom, the governor.
Tonight only. Tonight only, Michael Hilson.
I call it his train wreck.
Just overflowing.
That's been years. It's
Unaware.
30 times over budget. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And it doesn't go to San Francisco and Los Angeles like it was supposed to. They decided to cut it way short because there was no way they could finish it. But it's one of the worst. I've never seen anything like it.
Hello.
Other than the worst, the Federal Reserve building for almost $4 billion, little building that's going to cost a renovation for $4 billion.
I feel bad. Can I donate $10? You can absolutely do that. You also know how. You're also too broke to donate even $1. I'm sorry for offending you. Absolutely. You know what you should do? You should try to donate $1, but your bank account probably won't let you, because you actually, when you authorize that through YouTube, when you scan your face on Apple on the app for YouTube, you have to have a card attached, which I don't think you're, able to understand how to do that. But even if you do and you have your ATM attached, it does have to have money in the account. So if you do 99-cent donation, it probably isn't going to go through for you. Unfortunately for you, you're a lifelong retard that cannot make any money.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President, would you be open, are you hoping to see the Senate pursue Reconciliation 2.0?
Was he talking to himself when negotiating with Iran? Yeah, definitely. Does he forget he is in charge of 4 years previously and in charge now? He wasn't in charge the last 4 years. There was a guy named Joe Biden. Just kidding. I have plenty of money. Just no for cult members. Okay, bro. Prove it. Prove your money. I think that you literally can't even afford 99 cents.
ICE and pass the State of America.
Well, we'll see.
Prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure
Reconciliation, I think.
your bank account does not work.
Now that he's working.
Because boy, oh boy, the only human being that's ever even come in the chat and said, I'll donate. Actually, no, I don't donate to cult members. Is probably the only human being that literally doesn't have $1. And apps, like everyone here, like if they really truly want to, if they watch the show, if they're like, oh, I've been watching for 3 or 4 days, I can donate $2. They just push that button, scan their face on that fucking Apple device, done. You? I don't know if you know how to set up Apple Pay. I don't think you're capable of that. Your opinion isn't worth a penny. I get it, but you're the one that's mentioning money while you have zero.
And we can get him to do this.
Prove you have money, please.
Thank you. Lindsey Graham,
Alex
chairman,
doesn't shake Alex.
where the reconciliation will funnel through. He is committed to making sure we get reconciliation.
Needs a
through.
fresh tampon.
If that is in some form.
Jeez, a memory that flags Biden when I
ICE,
said Trump was in charge for 4 years
from the One Big
previous.
Beautiful
That's
bill,
MAGA.
But also more.
You literally said Trump was in charge for the last 4 years. He literally wasn't in charge for the last 4 years. It's not about being MAGA. It's about having a fucking brain, which apparently nobody has anymore.
The Save American Act. There's a
call Trump.
Yeah. Through reconciliation, paying for it, put some of the policies that cost money in, because there's nothing more important than the Save American Act. I mean, that's what the American people want. There's 80% of the population say they want only Americans voting, citizens that are registered to vote, citizens that have done it the right way. And I believe that everybody wants an election integrity. So fortunately, Lindsey Graham has said through reconciliation, he's willing to put the framework out for that.
And I think that was said so beautifully, so concisely, so well, your father, that we should let him have the last word, and that was it. That was the last word. Did he do a good job? Are you impressed with your father?
Never been more impressive than anybody in my life.
How about me? Don't answer. Don't answer. No,
that was good. That was good. That was good. Make sure it's a troll killer. Facts.
Come here. Look at this guy. Come here.
So that they can say, hey, I want to buy one of your shirts. How do you buy one of your shirts? Actually, just kidding. I'm really broke and I don't know how to buy a shirt online anyway. But I don't like cult members. I'll stay in the chat for another 20 minutes and just bitch.
This guy, don't wrestle him. We'll steal over here. All right. I want to thank the family, because without the family, he's not here. You know,
Trump is the daddy. Trump is everybody's daddy. Trump isn't just Michael's daddy. Trump is everybody's daddy. Trump is Trump Daddy! No college degree required. Godspeed, POTUS, Trump, WWG 1, WGA, ex-sergeant, U.S. Air Force. Ho ho!
Different person. And that goes especially for Mom, who looks like she's about 22 years old. I don't know. I see these kids, but she looks very young. But it's a great couple. Congratulations to you both. Thank you.
Make a T-shirt. I'm Cuck, who loves Zionist Cuck. All right. Make a T-shirt. I don't pay attention to what people's opinions are, and I decide what their opinions are. Make that T-shirt. Because I'm a fucking retard, and I cannot handle that people aren't black and white, and that he's not a Trumper or a liberal. Make that fucking shirt. Make the fucking I hate all government officials T-shirt, and make your fucking head explode. I knew you were homosexual. Yes, I love sucking the boot of Daddy Trump. He is my daddy. Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy. Yes, Daddy Trump. What else do you have to say, Daddy Trump? Do you want something else from me, Daddy Trump? How about a 2020 investigation, y'all? Huh? How about a 2020 investigation, y'all? No, we're not going to do that yet. Instead, first, we're going to go to Mrs. Melania Trump just to piss off you fucking Trump people. Because you fucking anti-Trump people hate Trump so much, I got to play 4 minutes of Melania talking out her asshole so that y'all can freak the fuck out and continue watching. Here you go. Here's your orgasm of the day. 4 more minutes of TDS. Nah! I hate Melania! Nah! I hate goddamn Donald Trump! No woman would ever date you. I wonder why. Check the catalog. There was a woman that dated me. And then she left. Oh, what? No! No! Thank you for being truthful as you see it. Absolutely. Gotta be. Gotta make fun of the news. Gotta have fun with it.
Melania Trump.
Appreciate you, Pioneer. She came from behind the curtain. She will tell us to the world. Kamala would. Cardboard is voting. It censors windows. Transparency. What the fuck? Get bent, you punk. Get bent,
Ambassador
you punk.
Crowley. Ambassador.
Get bent, you punk. The YouTube actually hid that comment, which is fucking hilarious. Get bent, you punk. The failed porn star male OT. Stop yelling. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. I just want to watch you and be upset, but you just stop talking. Ugh.
Secretary McMahon.
Are you making America great again?
Deputy Secretary.
I'm making your butthole great again. Enlarging it. Taking these fingers and just fucking opening it up. La 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 la.
Landau.
Yeah.
Director.
Little fellatio of your butthole.
Krastis.
That's what I like, Glenn.
Chairman Ferguson. Special Envoy for the Best Future Generations, Charles Harder.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you all for being champions.
I told you I put out some fucking Melania. She's only gonna be talking for another 4 minutes. I'm not saying a goddamn thing that matters. But watch that. 110 viewers all the way up to 130 because everybody's like, Melania! No!
For fostering the future together.
Lana Rose for President 2028. Oh my fucking God. Can you imagine the gangbang, bro? How old are you? 4 years old? No, I'm 7.
Grateful to receive such an impressive delegation of world leaders, first spouses, and be best in class.
Too many negative waves. Facts.
All with a shared purpose.
It's not even a negative wave. They're just staying this time. They're like fucking little stickers on our window.
To empower our next generations, advancement in technology and education.
Oh.
Welcome, Albania, Antigua and Barbuda.
She's freeing
Aruba,
Albania.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Bangladesh, Belize, and Bolivia.
I bet she's a dead root.
It is my distinct honor to
Intellect
have
of 7-year-old.
Burundi, Cabo Verde, Congo, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Equatorial Guinea,
You pull out
Estonia,
Melania?
France,
Only if you learn how to spell Melania.
Gambia, Georgia, Ghana, and Guatemala here in Washington, D.C.
It is also ironic to me to fucking ever make fun of a woman with a broken fucking accent when you find out that she actually knows more languages than you do.
Greetings, Israel, Kenya, Kosovo, Lithuania, Malta, Malawi, Montenegro, Morocco, Nigeria, North Macedonia, Palau, Panama, and of course, Paraguay.
Speaks 5 different languages, yeah.
Hello, Poland.
Who is Melania?
Romania,
Yeah,
Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Slovenia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Ukraine, and UAE.
Those are all the places that she just freed by her voice. So like, if you guys didn't know, like, you know how like Little Mermaid has like the special power, like, so when Melania gets on stage and she says a country's name, they immediately become liberated. That's how it works. Is English one of them? Call ICE!
As people, we dream. As leaders,
I
we
told you guys they're
progress.
gonna hate Melania. They were
As
like,
nations, we will
Melania!
build.
She can't speak any of those
Beginning
5
today,
languages. Melania
let's
speaks 5 languages.
accelerate
Haters
our
gonna
new
hate.
global alliance.
Facts.
This bond to positively impact the progress of our children.
People off
Welcome
themselves
members
when they
to the
hear
inaugural
this idiot
meeting
speak.
of Fostering the Future Together. Our
You do.
coalition's mission is to empower children by providing greater access to technology and education. This is a historic moment in time.
Deport this dumb cunt.
Our key
Rubio
driver
will be the president
to
next. No, he won't.
cultivate
He came in
the
3rd place in the
skills
first
young
one.
people need to be successful.
He came in the 3rd place in the first one, and the reason that we have Tucker on this one is because there should be a third-party candidate, and he is the heaviest third-party candidate. Let's check this out right now. Oh, it's getting close there, guys. 245 votes in. Gavin Newsom, 44. J.D. Vance, 42. I don't know if J.D. Vance going to pull away
in
with
this
it.
rapidly evolving world. Fostering the future together, we'll achieve this by creating innovative learning programs, advocating for supportive education policies,
Helsinki commie loser,
sponsoring
ex-escort didn't know that.
legislation, and building strong partnerships between the public and private sectors. Each of you has a vital role to play in shaping the tech ed opportunities for the next generation.
Did you guys watch Melania? It was basically like this. That was the movie. Just watch this. It's the same movie. Newsom for gruesome. Newsom the gruesome. Okay, but that is the worthless poll, not real life.
The future together.
It's literally like what you guys are doing in real life. Okay, we had the four top candidates, because you can only have 4 choices. 4 top candidates from Kelchi on the board. Top 2 advance, and then we place the number 1 projected third-party candidate in the main race. You guys elected Gavin Newsom, the Democrat nominee. You elected J.D. Vance, the Republican nominee, not Rubio. And Tucker Carlson is not going to have fucking... He's fed up with J.D. He's fed up with J.D. He's going to fucking do it, y'all. And it looks like he's going to make sure that Gavin Newsom becomes president of the United States.
Others collaborative platform
Rubio DeSantis 2028? That sounds wild.
Multiplier for members.
I used to be like Tucker until he went against Israel. Now I want no Tucker.
Yeah,
he's pretty wild now.
Coalition's foundational
no
elements,
Newscomb. The
AI,
guy who burnt Cali.
Education and global
He's going to win. He's going to win tonight.
Our shared vision prioritizes children above political philosophy, geographical borders, and local prejudices. To turn this vision into action,
Melania,
I
any
invite
discount
each
on your
of you
crypto,
to
LOL?
participate,
Facts.
commit to hosting a regional meeting,
I hate Newsom less than Scump the
advance new
EPO
partnerships,
EFACOT.
collaborate with
You sound
another
like Melania.
member nation in your region of the world. Magic happens in our nation's capital, particularly when the private
Magic happens at Disney World.
and public sectors join forces. Today's meeting is unprecedented.
Turn this
I
cunt off.
commend America's leading
Deport
companies
this trash.
for convening with us.
That's why I
today.
love it. Like, gets me
Never
off.
before
Hey,
have so
you
many
idiot.
tech visionaries stood before such a large global audience of leaders in the State Department.
I went from bad to bad
the
California
White
to
House over
Minnesota.
the
California is
2-day
losing 2
period.
oil businesses. What will he
Nowhere
do
else
nationwide?
could such a concentration
I was trying
of
to sound like
excellence
Melania.
be assembled.
Makes sense.
From AI pioneers like OpenAI, Palantir, and xAI, to tech platforms like Google and
Palantir.
Meta. Creative
I went and visited once a Palantir.
engines like Adobe and Microsoft.
Like Adobe.
plus
The engines
human
of Adobe.
connectivity through Zoom.
She's just fucking reading what they told her. Connectivity was a Zoom. This guy has CDS syndrome. Testosterone deficiency syndrome. Definitely has no balls. No balls, because anybody with balls would cut them off and hand them to his wife and say, please, don't you hate Trump too?
This room is filled
My heart
with
goes out to you.
extraordinary human capital.
Mine to you.
Leaders, harness it
Deport
to
this
elevate
hoe.
your children, to empower your people, and to
She met
accelerate
Scump
your
on Epstein
economies.
Island in party whore
Our
room.
coalition
California is
leaders
losing
will
oil
improve
businesses because Gavin
our
Newsom shut them
future,
down to
but
go
only
electric
by
idiot.
supporting concrete initiatives that equip young people with the skills and knowledge they need. Together, let's invest.
Deport the gold digging
expand
whore and
success,
hit
and create
and her shit
opportunities
son. And
for
her
education
shit son.
and technology.
Her shit son.
I wish
Before your
everyone
husband's
great
first
success
term, you
during
filed for
fostering the
divorce,
future
but you have
Together's Global
made
Coalition
some
Summit.
money since that
There
great
is much to
hear your
accomplish
life
over this
separated
2-day
homes.
period.
Okay, bro.
And this is
Wild
only the
conspiracy
beginning.
there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I did it. Everybody clap for me because I did it. All right. Congratulations, guys. She did it. She fucking did it. Now, for Republicans to stand at an airport and blame Democrats. It's the Democrats' fault. We're here at the airport. We're ready to work. It's the Democrats' fault. Yesterday, the Democrats were at the airport. And the Democrats were like, we're here to work. It's the Republicans' fault. Seems like everyone in Congress wants to work at the airport. I think we should fucking let them. Guys.
Republicans were joined by the Transportation
Think we need to
Security
start letting these motherfuckers work at the
Deputy
airport.
Administrator for a news conference
She getting
amid
deep
TSA
now.
staffing issues caused by a partial government shutdown.
Not one word was
Democrats
heard by
for issues
anyone.
caused by the lapse in funding for the Department of Homeland Security, such as long lines at airports.
Bunch of motherfucking suits standing in the airport, probably in the way. They probably blocked the fucking hallway. Had to walk around it. Had to walk around security outside and walk through a new door while these dildos and suits stood here and go, it's the Democrats' fault. We want to work at the airport. And then I say, yesterday, the Democrats were at the airport. They were saying the same thing. They said they wanted to work at the airport too. I think we let all of Congress work at the fucking airport and we let all the TSA agents make the laws since you guys don't know how to fucking do that. I had poop break off of like a crayon. I went through 2 rolls, wiping and still drawing skids on paper, bro. Man, that's scary. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Alford.
Those 2 oil businesses fuel multiple states, not just California.
I'm also the chair of the Communications Task Force for the Republican Study Committee. Folks, I have said this time and time again.
Folks, I'm here with my expert analysis to let you know that it's actually the Democrats' fault.
And this is the stupidest shutdown in U.S. history.
This one is their fault.
Was funded, and it was
too much information.
Negotiated at the highest levels in the House and the Senate and agreed to by both sides. The Democrats reneged on this deal. We fully funded ICE through the reconciliation bill.
Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you double tap, hit that like button. You send more people into, of all political persuasions, in for our poll of the day. Almost 300 votes, 299 votes right now, 33 minutes in. Gavin Newsom pulling ahead, 45%. JD Vance, 43%. I'm really honestly surprised. I'm really surprised to see that a lot of people are kind of against Tucker Carlson. We've already reached that 10,000 views threshold, guys. So, once we hit that 3rd hour, we are definitely doing a 4th hour of news. During that 4th hour, if we ever fall below 50 viewers, that will be the end of the night. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and once you hit that subscribe button, hit that join button. When you hit the join button, $4 a month, you help support the channel. We do the news live, unfiltered, every single day with commentary. And you also get untethered access to untethered. I'm sounding like a fucking politician now. To my entire film library right there on the YouTube page. 17 feature films, all for just $4 motherfucking dollars a month. And you help the channels out. Guys. I would appreciate it if a Democrat became a member. We have 36 members. We're 36 members strong. I need a Democrat that can afford $4 to try to do it. Did clear out the airports for illegals, though? Bro, they're clearing out the airport to do a fucking press conference where they put a bunch of fucking flags behind themselves in suits and say, we're at the airport. All of this is fucking retardation.
And now the Democrats are holding the American people hostage.
Get the fuck out of the airport. What are you doing? If you're not here to help, get the fuck out of the airport. I don't care what fucking party you're a part of. You're not part of the party of fucking helping out. That's for goddamn sure.
Democrats have kept the Department of Homeland Security closed. And for what?
Well, you're keeping it fucking closed. You're keeping the fucking hallway closed with your fucking podium. But it does make you wonder, what a government-run airport run better or worse? I say fucking let them fucking do it. They all want to work at the airport anyway. Let them fucking do it. Let AOC run the fucking scanners.
Even their own members are admitting the truth now.
Pay them $17 and then pay all the TSA people the fucking $100,000 for the fucking wage.
One Democrat said it best, quote, "It's not forcing any change. In the meantime, we're making people hurt." Another admitted, "We're just chasing our tail here. It's good politics, but it's not going to actually open DHS."
What are you doing with a camera and a podium at an airport? What are you doing? But does make... Oh, yeah.
Think about that. The Democrats
Facts.
know
Pitted
their
that Wolf
plan
King.
is not working. They know Americans are hurting, and they are still doing it.
They know, and they're doing it on purpose. Kind of like you.
Anyway,
Kind of like you.
make
I love how the chat is really quiet right now, because when I did this poll, that's exactly what you guys did. You're like, the Democrats are to blame, the Republicans are to blame. Motherfuckers, any day of the week, these guys could go in, they could sign a budgetary reconciliation bill, cover everything except for ICE, and immediately turn around and fund ICE through budget reconciliation on a 51-party vote line. They're not doing it because they like that even if you hate them or you love them, either way, you standing in a fucking line at the airport helps them in November.
Americans hurt. They want to make Americans suffer.
Bro, I'm sorry. If I was at this airport right now, I'd be like, you're making me suffer. Leave. Get the fuck out of the fucking way. Why are you standing in the middle of the fucking hallway? I don't see people walking past you. That means you're blocking the fucking airway.
Airports are backed up. TSA agents are working without pay and are going on...
Yeah! So why don't you pick up the fucking shovel? I don't understand. You're standing here on TV right now.
A third paycheck that they're going to miss this week. Coast Guard families are wondering how to make ends meet.
Is that what you're doing next? Are you going out to the fucking beach? Oh, wait, there's not a line at the beach, so that doesn't make you famous, right?
And Democrats are now floating what they themselves call a Hail Mary political stunt instead of doing their jobs. Folks, this is not leadership. It is recklessness. Meantime, Republicans have already passed full funding twice. We've done our job, and it's time for Democrats to do theirs.
Yeah, they said the same thing yesterday. So I say, everybody go back and do your fucking job. That's what I say. I'm sick of this fucking pointing the fingers.
That's why this
fucking
week
nuts.
we're bringing forward the Pay Our Homeland Defenders Act of 2026. This bill does three simple things. It ends the Democrat shutdown.
Shut the fuck up. You know you're not passing a bill. You know you're not passing a bill. So rather than talk to the Democrats and figure out how to pass this shit, you're going to propose another bill that you can leverage in November? Look what they voted against. Look what they voted against. Shut the fuck up and do something.
It guarantees pay for the men and women protecting our homeland, and it restores stability to our borders, our airports, and our national security.
Damn Karen commies.
I want to be clear. This should not be controversial. You do not play politics with the people
talk about
who
Epstein
keep
files.
America
Y'all
safe.
find answers about
So today,
war with Iran.
I'm calling on my Democrat colleagues to drop the games.
No potential, no profanity, please. This channel will ban those who use inappropriate language. No, it won't. Hey, Crowcag, you're a retard. Yes, impeach and get rid of this president.
Stop the political theater and open.
Now we're spamming. Now we're spamming. So now we're getting the put in the timeout. 1 minute timeout. No spamming. What profanity? Yeah, exactly. There was no profanity. Just fucking bunch of retards.
The Department of Homeland Security.
Just a bunch of retards.
The Pay Our Homeland Defenders Act and pass it now. Because the American people are tired of the chaos. They're tired of the excuses. And they're tired of watching Washington fail
run
the very
airports
people
for
who
probably
serve and
one
protect
worse.
our great...
They tried to push a bill to stop senators getting paid until this was settled. One senator said, "I object," and left. Absolutely. We watched that live on Sunday. That was crazy. Senator Kennedy was trying to propose a bill to just have just the senators hold their paychecks until everybody else got paid. Fucking dude says, "I object," and leaves. It was crazy.
Each and every day.
Jesus
With
saves.
that, I'd like to bring up
Absolutely.
Senator Rick Scott.
Oh, here's another senator being paid.
Thank you, Congressman.
I can see the future
here's what's
government
so
run
unfair.
airports and stupid commercials.
House
Absolutely.
members and senators make $174,000 a year. The average TSA agent makes $50,000 a year. Now, I've got one of my Democrat colleagues in the Senate said, "Oh, I can't go without pay. I've got a mortgage." He's making $174,000 a year. You know what the average net worth of a Democrat senator is? $3 million. So people in the Senate want to make sure they get paid, but they're okay with TSA agents not getting paid.
That's true. That is fucking crazy.
TSA agents can't pay the mortgage, can't pay the rent, can't put food on the table. They're having to go to food banks in my state. They're quitting because they're sick and tired of being treated like dirt. It's the third shutdown in 6 months. Then on top of that, look at the public. Why are they doing this to the public? These waits where people go to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning and miss a flight. So this is all for a message. You know, one of my Democrat colleagues in the Senate said, "No, we want it now. We want it now." Now, first off, they didn't even meet with us. This happened January 30th until.
At least this penis is trying to stop people from stealing paychecks while everyone else doesn't get paid. Anybody advocating for senators not being paid during a shutdown is all right with me. I'm not going to say anything negative about the guy. When he's doing the only moral thing, and there seems to be like 80% of these senators that can't figure out how to fucking get on board.
Thursday, March 18th, right? And they wouldn't meet Friday, and they wouldn't meet Saturday, and they wouldn't meet Sunday. Finally, yesterday they would meet. But they said, oh, what? We're going to hold out on ICE because maybe we can do amnesty then. So they don't want to take care of the men and women in this country.
Well, but you're missing the point now, Mr. Senator Rick Scott over here, which is that Donald Trump, Daddy Trump this morning, actually did reject the bill on the table to do exactly that. So that's a little odd of a statement.
That are worried about illegal aliens committing crimes. Just think, we just lost a college student in Chicago. What do these people say to people like Rachel Moran? Or what do they say to Laken Riley? Or this young lady Sheridan? What do they say to their families? So now what they do is they say, oh, no, we'll do it, but we're not going to fund ICE. That's crazy. Now they say, oh, now some people say, well,
now that's crazy. But again, as Senator Kennedy has already pointed out to us, that's not crazy. This guy's advocating to essentially make sure these people still don't get paid. He's saying, oh, that's crazy that we can't just fund ICE as well. You guys need to fund ICE as well. And the voter ID. You need to do all of it as well. Senator Kennedy already laid it all out for us, guys. Everybody's in agreement on everything except for ICE. And ICE can pass through budget reconciliation on a 51-party line vote. There is no reason for any of this. Venus, not a spelling champ, eh? Or are you the thief?
ICE might be paid through the big beautiful bill. I hope it is.
Molten tablets for
if
Iowa.
Everybody's so comfortable, then let's put it in whatever we do.
Right, but that's the problem, is that you know that they're not comfortable with ICE. You could literally go to the table right now, agree to everything except for ICE, except that Trump has told you you're not allowed to. Why screaming?
And on top of that, we need to pass the Save America Act. We're not doing that. So
stole the $10 million from Medicaid and his nursing homes and didn't spend one day in jail.
No budget, no pay. You don't want to pay other people? You shouldn't get paid a dime. And if we're going to do something,
well, that is true.
We have got to make sure that ICE is paid. There cannot be any.
That is crazy. He's doing both. He's playing the political game at the same time that he's being morally right. He's going, well, everybody deserves their paycheck, and we should definitely hold our paychecks. And then at the same exact fucking time, he's saying, but we have to fund ICE in this bill, even though we don't have to. We have to do that, even though we don't have to.
Question. But that ICE
Elon for ICE?
Some people are talking about reconciliation. It's very
Also, Elon said he would pay for ICE, so let's just fucking do that, bro.
hard to pass a reconciliation.
Why are you saying it's hard to pass through reconciliation? It's not. It's a 51 vote. It's a 51 vote. It's actually easier to pass through reconciliation. You just want this fucking issue. You know Daddy Trump ain't going to let you go in and vote.
I think it's a pipe.
You Daddy Trump's fucking bitch on this one.
Could happen.
Haha, yeah, 100%.
So I
think it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get something passed on 51 votes instead of 60 votes. That makes sense to you guys? Makes sense to you guys? They can't do the ICE vote separately because it's more difficult to pass something with 51 votes than it is to pass something with 60 votes. That's what Mr. Rick Scott, the fucking mathematician over here, wants you to think.
Together, I wish I could say we got a vote going on in the Senate. Now let me turn it over to
150%.
Vice Chair Ben Klein.
He's not here, so.
Oh,
I'll send it over to somebody not here. Good fucking God, guys.
Oh, Brandon Gill.
Thank you, Senator, and thank y'all for...
You're really a dumbass. Not as fucking retarded as these senators in suits blocking the fucking hallway in an airport saying that they are not the problem. Anyone in a fucking suit, I don't care who you are, right, left, retard, left, center, I don't care. You're in a suit with a flag, filming yourself, blocking an airport hallway during a fucking crisis. You are a dumbass. You are the problem. Left, right, or center, the optics don't fucking change. You're the retard.
being here. It's really clear what the Democrats are doing right now because they're doing two things at the same time. On the one hand, they've defunded the Department of Homeland Security.
You guys are doing two things at the same time. You're saying every senator should hold their check until this is over with. But also, we have to fund ICE in this bill because it would be too hard to do it on a party line vote for 51 votes and to get everything else already signed in, even though it's already agreed to. Donald Trump called us up at 10:30 this morning and told us we're not allowed to. So now we got to stand out here and we got to try to act like we actually are in charge of our own votes. But it's clear as day, Daddy Trump in charge of your votes. Daddy Trump bending you fucking over backwards and fucking you like a little fucking squirrel right now. He's like, I like using one hand on this motherfucking senator. Yes, please.
Homeland Security for the stated purpose of stopping
both sides are playing us. Absolutely.
The agenda that he was elected to do, which is to deport illegal
and Abraham, here's the thing about that.
At the same time,
here's the thing about that is that I literally did this poll 2 days ago when this whole thing popped off at first. And I said, who do you blame for the shutdown? Do you blame the Democrats? Do you blame the Republicans? Do you blame Donald Trump? Or, Captain Obvious answer here, do you blame everyone in government? And that was the lowest percentage of the vote. Like 25% Republican, 25% Democrat, like 29 or 30% Donald Trump. It benefits everyone to keep the line long, to keep you sitting there. No more AIPAC. You want to talk about AIPAC and all this fucking goy shit? They're literally taking the public for a fucking wild goose chase. They're saying, whether I'm a Republican or a Democrat, it is better for me to not allow people to get paid because they'll be mad at one side. I don't care which side. They'll either vote for me or they'll vote against me. That's crazy. There's no unification of the American citizenry against these fucking schmucks in suits blocking your way through an airport, filming themselves entitled, telling you that they give a fuck about you or anything to do with you.
They're fighting against the same
all senators
Act because they want those very same illegal
any other Democrat better than Newsom
in American elections.
All Senate. No more.
I don't know what other logical conclusion we can draw from.
You draw the logical conclusion that you both already agreed to everything. You stop getting butt fucked by Daddy Trump that told you not to vote for this at 10:30. You go in there and you vote for it just like Senator Kennedy said on fucking Sunday because you know you guys won't stop your own goddamn motherfucking paychecks. You won't fucking help anybody else out. And if you give a shit about the people that you're standing right in front of at the fucking airport, then you will get your fucking daddy ass back to fucking Congress, stop getting ass fucked by Donald Trump, and fucking vote the goddamn bill in so that you can do budget reconciliation, you can fucking fund ICE as well on a 51-party vote, and you can move the fuck on. Instead of acting like this is about voting rights, and this is about funding ICE, and this is about every motherfucking thing under the sun now, we all already know you guys agreed to everything. You agreed on Sunday to everything but ICE. And ICE can be placed through budget reconciliation. Rick Scott's argument for it is, trust me guys, it's hard. No fucking real explanation. Just trust me guys, it's harder to pass a vote for a budget on 51 votes, we only need 51 votes for that, than it is for this one where we have over 60 senators in agreement on everything except for ICE. All these motherfucking Republicans sitting out here getting ass fucked by Donald Trump because he told them, hey, let's play the leverage game. And I love it because from a Daddy Trump perspective, yes, good points for Daddy Trump. But these are senators. These are real human beings that we vote into office to support us on a local level. They have no fucking bearing on their own reality. They're just going to let a political maneuver in the presidency control the entire fucking government for 8 months? Just ramming it in. Just ass fucking these motherfuckers.
The past couple months of
calling Trump daddy. Trump is daddy. He's fucking definitely daddy. These motherfuckers bending over. Taking huge dick in the ass by Donald Trump today.
Then that they want to systematically weaponize.
I think this guy's sitting on his nuts.
To flood
call
our
Trump daddy
with illegal aliens in order to
am I sitting on my nuts?
American elections
don't trust me then. Don't trust that either.
Republicans. So much of Democrat policy is in fact based on flooding.
They brought out the freshman team. Is this guy fucking autistic? What is he? Why is he taking so much fucking space in between saying anything? That's pretty fucking gay, bro. Yeah, pretty gay is right. Deport Israel to ASAP.
American communities with hostile.
Deport Israel. The line at the airport is the Republicans and Donald Trump's fault. Deport Israel. And then the other side. Deport Israel. It's the Democrats' fault. Deport Israel. You goys and your goy slop. You guys don't understand the war. Why is the line long at the airport? It's their fault. It's their fault. I'm focused on the goys and making sure the Jews can't do things. It's their fault.
Foreigners putting their.
Why am I standing in a giant fucking line at the airport? It must be the Jews. It probably is the Jews. There's Jews on both sides, but I'm just saying, stop fucking.
Interests above the interests of the American people.
Please.
And weaponizing them.
Help me out here.
For electoral gain. It's absolutely
shut up,
grotesque, and yet we deal with it every single day.
I wish
what
I could.
We are not going to do.
Someone ship this Jew to Israel.
We're not going to allow.
Ship this Jew to Israel. Why is the line long at the airport? It's Donald Trump's fault. Why is the line long at the airport? It's the Republicans' fault. Why is the line long at the airport? It's the Democrats' fault. All three people. I hate goy slop. I don't like Mr. Netanyahu. I'm against the Jews. I watched Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson. I also listened to Candace Owens once. Have you heard of this person called Erica Kirk? Why is the line long at the airport? It must be the Democrats and the Republicans and Trump. All these conspiracy theories, and not a motherfucker out in the sun can even comprehend that all of government is holding you hostage at the airport? Not a single fucking human being? I feel you, brother. I appreciate you. Someone should, it's fucking nuts. The conspiracy. You guys are bombing Israel, and I can't believe you're supporting Israel. I can't believe you're supporting Donald Trump and the Israels. I can't believe you would want the Ayatollah to bomb Mr. Donald Trump. Why is the line long at the airport? I don't know. All of government fucked me in ass. And I like it. Yum, yum. Because I focused on goy slop.
ICE. We're going to make sure that our ICE agents and immigration enforcement is funded properly the way it should be so that we can...
No. You got fucked in the ass by Donald Trump and you won't do budget reconciliation like you should. You could solve this today, motherfucker.
Continue deporting illegal.
You're taking an executive branch issue and letting us all ride on it. It's fucking bullshit.
There's a few more steps that we have in front of us to get a deal done. We're going to get it done, whether Democrats like it or not. And
oh, really? Because apparently you guys aren't able to do budget reconciliation. Apparently that's too hard to do.
And we're going to keep fighting because we're not going to allow Democrats to hold this country hostage for the sake of their own perverse political ambition. So with that said, thank y'all for being
I
here.
have a bunch of retards that can't think for themselves.
Representative Dale Strong.
Here's another fucking suit at the airport blocking the hallway so you have to walk around it. He's here to tell you it's the Democrats' fault.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Congressman Dale Strong. I represent the 5th District of the state
How
of
can
Alabama.
we be this dumb? How can we be this dumb? That you're like, oh, why can't I get dropped off at the fucking entrance to the airport? Oh, because there's security because they're doing a press conference. What's the press conference for? Opening up the airport.
Perspective, because I serve on appropriations and I also serve on Homeland Security. In
fucking genius PR maneuver. Genius.
This has got to be one of the top 2 dumbest decisions that I've seen.
This is what you're doing right now is straight up retard.
Seen since I've been to Congress. The first is letting 15 million illegal aliens into this country. The second is not funding Homeland Security. You think about it, our Appropriations Committee.
And we're just sitting right here. We planted our fucking American flags and our TV cameras, and we put a little fucking thing up, and we sent all the press out here, and we flew in our fucking jets, and we got in our fucking cars, and we fucking stayed at the Hampton Hotel last night, and we taxed you all for that and paid for it all with your fucking money so that we could stand here and tell you we want to open the airport.
Passed 12 appropriations bills for the first time since 2018. We did that through working bipartisan. And then all of a sudden we negotiated this, the Senate agreed, and now they backed out. Not on the bill, they backed.
Like I'm just telling you, okay, they're literally at Ronald Reagan National Airport in Arlington, Virginia, which is maybe 30 minutes outside of D.C. How many of these motherfuckers in suits do you think stayed at the Hilton Hotel in the fucking Reagan National Airport the night before they filmed this fucking press conference? How many of them do you think build that hotel room and their citizens' hotel room to you, the taxpayer? This is not just Republicans doing this, by the way. Just yesterday, the Democrats did the same fucking thing. Go on a nationwide tour of expenditures while complaining about the war in Israel and how we could use that money at home. Meanwhile, they've literally locked themselves out of their own fucking funding disaster and are spending money on hotels and travel to set up prop tents at airports and block security so that they can explain their side is actually the side that wants the airport open.
Backed out on the American people. You look at the threat that this creates for America, it's unacceptable. It should never happen. And I want
200 in the chat. Make sure you guys double tap. Hit that like button. When you hit that like button, you send people in of all political persuasions in for our vote of the day. Oh my God. JD Vance coming away with it now. 44% to 43%. Get your votes in. 552 votes in 59 minutes ago. So we are 1 minute away from the first hour of that poll. We're going to keep that poll for hour 2. We're 20,000 views in. We are definitely going for an hour 4 of this podcast now, guys. Double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe. When you hit subscribe, you get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm. And when you hit subscribe, you'll also see that little join button. When you hit that join button, $4 a month, you help support the channel. We cover the news live every night, 3 to 5 hours every night. Live, unfiltered, authentic, not fucking Republican or Democrat, not a retard in a suit fucking standing in an airport. No, no, no. These $4 go to me and me alone to stand here and do this with you all. And also, you get access to my entire film library, 17 feature films, right there on the YouTube channel. This YouTube channel. Go look at it right now. All for just $4 a month. I appreciate you all. Let's get back to it. That's why independents decided elections, we just pick who screws us the least. Exactly. That's why in the primaries, all incumbents, both Democrat and Republican incumbents, all of them lost. Almost every one of them lost their primary. If they didn't lose their primary, they're in a runoff and most likely going to lose it.
Thank you for putting this press conference together.
We're tired of this fucking retard
we're working
shit.
Together. We've got to solve.
Oh, we're working together with my fucking tie and my button and my fucking suit at the fucking airport.
Problem. We've got a president doing his job. It's time for Congress to do their job.
Yeah, so go back and do your fucking job. If you need to do a press conference about whatever the fuck is going on at your job, then you do it at your job. You don't go on a national fucking tour.
Job. It is my honor to introduce the next speaker, and that's going to be Mike Herodopoulos.
Herodopoulos? What
please
the
come to
fuck?
the mic.
This fucking suicide-looking motherfucker.
Well, thank you. It's just very clear. I'm a United States history teacher, and why do you form a government to protect?
This is creepy. Who did this guy pay? Why does he get to talk?
Life, liberty, and property. And then what's happened in the last few years is again, is a shame on Congress for this
They
simple
both got
reason.
the same university clubs, programs, donors,
we came into
etc.
office in
We are
2024
animals
as
to
a
the
one
slaughter.
simple issue. We wanted to
Absolutely.
secure the border. We finally secured the border. Now we need to rid our country of folks who have broken the law once they got here.
Don't let them
And then
divide us,
Democrats
people.
now have the
This
gall
is
to
fucking
actually
nutty.
gut the Department of Homeland Security.
Because watch, guys, as soon as we're done here at the fucking airport with this shenanigans, we got fucking Democrat shenanigans, and they're going to blame the Republicans for this. Guess what, though, guys? They all could just go to the table and do it. They could all go to the table and do it. And if you're going to blame anybody at this point, you can blame Donald Trump, and you can blame Republicans for for just listening to Donald Trump. But that's about it at this point, if you're following along. Because they clearly could have done this morning and budget reconciled the fucking ICE on a 51 vote. But that's too hard. We got to now get voting rights in the bill, too. Otherwise, people will never get paid. Fucking stays at the Hampton Hotel one more night.
Security. It's just a fundamental responsibility of government to protect your life and property, and they're not stepping up. And most
He's a history teacher, and he's wearing a suit at a press conference at an airport.
recently faced the challenge of Iran. And we have a real national security threat, as we've seen recent incidents right here in America. Republicans have stepped forward and funded the government. It's time for Democrats to simply meet their constitutional responsibility and their number one oath when they take the oath of office, and that is protect life and property. And we're here to ask them a simple thing. Pass the bill, pay the folks who've been unpaid for 39 days. They have mortgages, they have car payments, they're struggling, and we're turning our back on them. That's why we're here today, to stand up for them.
You're not standing up for them, though, because the podium was somebody's paycheck. The fucking 3 flags was somebody's paycheck. Your hotel rooms, and for all of you and all of your assistants to sit there, is somebody's paycheck.
Work every single day to keep this country safe and do it in a thoughtful way. And it's my pleasure to introduce my good friend from the great state of Texas, Miss Beth Van Dyne.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having this. My name is Adam Stahl. I'm the Deputy TSA Administrator. As mentioned, we're going on almost 40 days of a government.
Okay, so this is the only person that actually should be doing this. He's it's a press conference. He works for TSA. We're close to a TSA line, guys. So this is the closest we've gotten to actual productivity by these people.
Government shutdown, partial government shutdown. First, want to say just thankful to ICE, thankful to the President, Borders Czar Holman, Acting Director Lyons, and others, the incoming Secretary as well, for their role in helping to alleviate some of the challenges facing both the traveling population, but also our TSA officers across the United States. Of course, though, we have 448 airports, and so this, without action,
now it's all open information.
The environment
tried.
itself is going to get more challenging, and so I want to talk briefly about the impacts, really twofold big impacts. One, of course, is the traveling population. We're seeing 3 to 4 hour wait times across the United States. We saw Houston today, of course, particularly problematic, and this again is going to get worse before it gets better if Senate Democrats particularly don't act soon. And then secondly, as my colleagues referenced, the particularly acute impacts financially to our workforce. We have just a few vignettes for folks. We got folks sleeping in cars. Folks,
I gotta go.
I talked to a single mother recently.
Peace, Abraham.
A 3-year-old child that's
Thanks
special
for joining
needs,
the chat,
can't
my
afford
guy.
to pay for child care
Hope
for
to
that
see you
3-year-old
again.
child. Folks having to pay, essentially get blood drawn to afford gas to come to work. So the situation is dire. And again,
well, you're legally you can't get paid to give blood. He's talking about plasma, but if you're poor, you're poor. If you're poor,
This is the second time with a month plus without our individuals being paid. The knock-on ramifications, reverberations here are going to be significant, not only now, but well into the future. And so our folks are going to quit
Most
altogether.
of the
So it's a
airline
dire
is
situation.
in a 3-hour wait period.
And one
Most
to
people are
quote one of
missing
our
their flight.
TSA officers here.
Exactly. So when you go to the airport and you see a podium with a bunch of American flags and cameras and you have to walk around it, are you like, oh, thank God the Republicans are letting us know that the Democrats are fucking creating this line?
Sherry Green, he says, pay us for what we do.
I'm sure that's what everybody's thinking.
Response.
I'm sure they're like, oh, what a bunch of fucking heroes over there in the corner yelling at that camera about how other people are to blame.
For Senate Democrats is pay us.
Huge.
And pay
Huge
TSA
heroes.
officers for what you do and what they do.
I
every
subscribe,
single
so I
day.
will. Appreciate
not
you,
only TSA
Abraham.
officers, but DHS personnel across the department. Again, please do pay them for what they do. Thank you.
No, Beth, you were next.
I'm Congressman Randy Fine from Florida. For 4 years, Democrats allowed anyone who could stream across the border to come into this country. There were no safeguards, there were no checks, there were no balances. Some estimate more than 20 million people. And we were told we had to allow that because elections had consequences. And then Donald Trump got elected and he said that stops. And now Democrats are using the same ruthless tactics to try to keep these people in the country. Their focus is on illegal immigrants. Our focus is on protecting the American people and making sure those whose job it is to protect the American people get paid. Since the conflict in Iran started, there have been 4 terrorist attacks in 4 states by 5 people who weren't talking to each other, whether it was in New York or Texas or Michigan. And the people at the Department of Homeland Security who are...
But why are you doing this at an airport and not in front of Congress, sir? Wouldn't that be closer to going back inside and doing your job? I mean, I agree with you, but I can't get past the fact that you're saying all of this at an active fucking airport.
Supposed to be investigating that. They are not getting paid. What's going on is a violation of the oath.
He's yelling that people aren't getting paid as the people not getting paid are right behind him.
That those Democrats swore to put Americans first, to fight
Who knows?
for America.
Democrats want to vote.
Make no mistake, what this is about is do we focus on illegal immigrants,
They both want to vote.
or do we focus on American citizens?
If Republicans cared, they'd have passed one of the 7 bills that would pay TSA. But that's not even the point. The TSA ones aren't the point. The point is, if the Republicans cared, they would have passed the bill yesterday that Senator Kennedy had on the table that fucking funded everything but ICE. And then they would have went to budget reconciliation, voted on party line, gotten 54 votes, and funded ICE as well. This is over. We were told by Senator Kennedy this was over Sunday. Yet here we are because Donald Trump called up this morning and told these Republicans, told Randy Fine, and these guys over here in Florida, I would like to fuck you in the ass instead, please. I am the executive branch, and I would like you to do my bidding for the next 8 months, please, and make a huge political spectacle out of this entire thing. And then they said, sure, Daddy Trump, bend me over.
Those behind me have made our view clear. We are here to advocate and to fight not only to
Reparations
pay
for the
American
illegals.
workers, but to protect American interests.
This is doing for
And that's why we've
Americans,
got to
not
get the
Dems
Department
or
of Homeland
Republicans.
Security paid.
Absolutely.
And these people who are in this building right now working for free.
Right. Why are you here? We know you paid to get here. If nothing more, you at least paid for gas to get here. Who funded it? Who funded you standing here with your fat fucking Randy Fine ass screaming about the free people working at the airport? Who got you here? Did you get yourself here? Did you earn that yourself?
It is an embarrassment that every one of them,
And Kennedy made these Dems squirm? Absolutely.
those Democrats should deal with. Every one of them, when they fly up here, have to go through security. They should look those people in the eyes and say, I don't want to pay you because I want illegal immigrants to be able
All of this
to
is
stay in this
stupid.
country. It needs
All
to
of these
stop.
people need to
It
be
needs to
voted
stop
out.
today.
Absolutely.
And I know we're prepared to do what's necessary to
Absolutely.
bring it in
Both
for now.
sides.
Thanks very much. And I guess
It's time for a Fucking season 2. It's time for a clean sweep. Guys, new set of characters.
Be clear about why we're here today. We're here because Democrats have been very
shut up. No, we're not.
To get rid of
here because of all of you.
If you listen to Ranking Member McGovern, that's very clear. That's what his mission is, and he's not going to accept anything other than that when he negotiates. We've got people like Senator Chris Murphy who have more or less said that our priority is illegal immigrants over American citizens. When Democrats tell you what they think, believe them. When they tell you what they are going to do, believe them. This is the party of defunding police. This is the party of defunding ICE. Except there's one thing. We had an election in
literally, like, guys, don't fall for it. Don't fall for the ads in November in your fucking state that are going to be like, I said fuck Donald Trump, so you should vote for me. And also don't fucking vote for the person that's like, I've been in Congress for 30 years and I support Mitch McConnell and I'm a true patriot. I always vote with Daddy Trump. I'm a Daddy Trump patriot. Neither one. Remove both from the equation. No more Dan Crenshaws. No more Jasmine Crockett's. Goodbye.
November. Americans spoke loud and clear. They want our laws to be carried out, and they want folks who are here illegally to be removed. This was very clear. They don't really seem to care on the Democrat Senate side that we've passed over a bill that would fund TSA, that would fund our Coast Guard, that would fund FEMA in a time when we need it, and that would continuing funding securing of our border. No, instead, they are turning their eye at people like the single mom who was killed at a bus station. They're turning their eye on an Air Force a nominee.
Not too much on Jasmine.
Because she was run over by somebody who should never have been in this country. They're not having to talk to those families and explain to them what their priorities are.
Pinnable comment. No more lifetime politicians.
Tens of thousands of Americans that are suffering as a result, a direct result.
It has to do with a bunch of selfish fucking motherfuckers. Look at this diamond fucking necklace, all white fucking suit jacket at the fucking airport. I don't even give a fuck what party you're affiliated with. I think you're the problem, lady. You standing in front of the line that you're complaining about while you are the person funding the line, you're the problem, lady.
TSA agents who aren't being paid. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is exactly, I just flew in from Dallas-Fort Worth, the lines were not that long there. But I am seeing Houston, Austin, Atlanta.
What's up, Green Stuff 94? Welcome back to the chat.
We have TSA agents in the DFW area that are actually sleeping in their cars because
we're looking at a lot of basically like Republicans are at an airport. They're putting on a fucking little fun show here where they block the airport and then they tell you that they want to fund the airport and the Democrats don't. And then the Democrats, they go and they block a different airport. And then they say that that they want to help the airport and work at the airport, but that Republicans won't fund the airport. And my solution was, all these motherfuckers writing the laws should just go work at the fucking airport since they like the airport more than they like Congress.
They can't afford gas to be able to get to work.
Right. How did you afford gas to get here in front of this podium, ma'am? Because this isn't your place of work. Your place of work is Capitol Hill. I'm pretty sure that any kind of travel that you receive is paid for by your constituents. So you're saying your constituents, like that's a good use of their money? You traveling to a podium to stand and block an airport and complain about how other people that have the same job as you don't want to fund the airport? All these people have the same job, guys. Can you imagine if, like, cashier at like, row 2 was like, nah, I don't fucking fuck with those people. I only fuck with these people. And then cashier at 1 was like, that's not my fault. I didn't do anything either. It's actually cashier 2's fault. And then everybody was just like, oh, well, I believe cashier 1. Oh, well, I believe cashier 2. Instead of being like, this is a fucking retarded grocery store where everyone can't function. Because that's what we're living in. We're living in a retarded grocery store with every child with Down syndrome stocking the shelves as a fucking senator, and they can't figure out how to just put the fucking jar back on the shelf. America's cooks, no joke.
We're
Get
not
out,
going to be
bro.
held hostage
Absolutely.
by Democrats who would rather prioritize
Replace
illegal
them all.
immigrants over American citizens. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to pass strong
Across
bills over
the board.
Senate. And I would urge anyone listening to this who's been affected, who is disgusted as much as we are,
to do the same thing, right? To call up your assistant and have them order a podium to a local airport and call up the local TSA guy and tell him we're blocking an area of the opening of the airport, and then have federal security block the entire entrance area so that I, as a senator, and my 5 people with private fucking security can stand in front of this airport and tell you how we're upset and we want to fund the airport, but the other people with the same exact job as us, they don't want to fund the airport. What are they doing instead? They're doing the same thing we are, just in a different location. They're in New Jersey and we're in Virginia, so that makes us right and them wrong, apparently.
call your senators and
same fucking job, same damn thing.
They start voting.
Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault.
Well, thank you, Beth. In closing, I just want to say this is about a contrast between Republicans and Democrats and where we are on.
Yeah, we get it. By all means, we're going to watch the Democrats do the same thing right after you guys get done here.
On Americans.
Hi,
First doesn't mean America only, but we do want to support the men and women who have our security at heart. The men and women who work for TSA are American heroes. I want you to ask yourselves, journalists, photographers, and even those watching and listening right now, would you still be at your job if you were facing a third paycheck of not getting paid?
No, but also, why are you doing this right in front of them? Why are they doing this right in front of them? They're like, see this guy behind me taking care of people? Fucking being security? Bro hasn't been paid for a whole month. Who pays him? Me. I'm his boss. I pay him. But the other boss won't let me pay him. Sorry. Can you imagine not getting a paycheck from me? Right here? Can you imagine not getting a paycheck from me? But don't ask me about the paycheck. Ask the other general manager when she gets in. Ask the other one. I'm the daytime manager. I don't handle the paycheck. The afternoon manager handles the paycheck. She'll be here in the afternoon to tell you that the morning manager actually handles the paycheck. But can you believe you haven't been paid in 3 weeks?
Especially after going through the longest shutdown.
They're literally working right behind him. Like literally right behind him as he's saying this.
U.S. history last week.
Let Elon pay them. Absolutely.
These are American heroes.
The fuck is this?
Republicans have their back. Democrats.
Just think about how fucking crazy this is. Your manager at your fucking McDonald's comes in the morning and is like, these fry cooks are heroes. They haven't been paid in 3 weeks because of the afternoon manager who has the same position as me. I want to pay them. But these fry cooks haven't been paid in 3 weeks, and they're heroes. And I want everybody to know it. Then he leaves. That general manager in the morning, he takes his paycheck, leaves. Then the fucking afternoon manager comes in and goes, see these fry cooks right over here? I want to pay them as well, but the morning manager won't let me pay them. And then she takes her paycheck and she leaves as well. And the two managers get paid. And the fry cooks, for a third straight week, are left doing their job right in front of a fucking press conference. While not being paid. While not being paid.
It's not sticking with the American people.
Your fucking agenda, your fucking story, all of it, both sides, not sticking with the fucking American people. Wake the fuck up.
To support the men and women who serve the TSA.
Great. Then go back to fucking Congress and get them their fucking paycheck. It takes 35 minutes for you to drive from Arlington, Virginia, Reagan National Airport, right downtown to the state capitol building where you're supposed to be in D.C. Why don't you drive there? Why don't you do this press conference right in front of the fucking door to your job? And after you're done talking to the press and feeling good about yourself, you can turn around, walk right the fuck back inside without taking a 45-minute Uber drive back to the city. You can also turn around and go back inside and do the job instead of what he's probably going to do tonight, which is take the fucking Uber and go right back to the hotel room.
And also each and every American who flies in and out of our great airports to provide the safety that they need so that they can get home to their families from a business trip or see their grandchild on a weekend. This is about America's safety. Democrats, quit.
Great. Then stop adding new safety concerns by having a press conference for show at an airport instead of fucking doing your job.
Playing games with the American people.
You're playing a game right now.
And with that, we'll yield with questions.
You could have done this in the floors of fucking Congress.
Questions.
No ICE funding. Evil Chucky doll won't bulge, and this is on them. And now we get press conference questions from people that can't be heard because we're in a fucking hallway of an airport. Because the optics look good, guys. They're here to help the people. Can't even fucking hear the reporter now. And now nobody even knows how to answer the question.
I do not use Delta, although I don't have anything against Delta. My brother flies for American. I fly Southwest quite often. The reason these are put into place is because...
So again, what are the reporters asking about? They're asking about delays with Pacific Airlines. Why? Because they're doing a press conference at the fucking airport. Do you think these senators know the fucking guidelines or like how the times of the airport or kick it back to the fucking guy from TSA, the only person that should be at this press conference?
Because of our irregular scheduling.
Gaslighting by politicians is the norm.
We don't know what time
Facts.
of the day we're going to leave after votes to get back to our district,
Idiocratic.
to work in our district, to see our families. Our members in Oregon and California have very challenging schedules to be able to go home for a few hours and turn around and come right back. And so often...
You don't need to go home for a few hours if you're a senator and you have the government currently shut down. You need not see your family until you fund the fucking government. Is it really that hard to fucking figure out? Idiocracy looks more and more like a documentary. Facts. I mean, this is the documentary of it, right?
Will have to book
government stop, people pay, Congress pay stops.
With a special person at the airlines. It's not like a special favor necessarily that we're getting. It's to accommodate a chaotic schedule in Congress so that we can represent the 750,000 people that we represent. There's also a discount for congressional travel. Because this is taxpayer money that we're talking about. It comes out of our members' representational account. And going through this special office, there is a government fare for these tickets. And I would submit to you that that is in the best interest of the American taxpayer. So for those two reasons, these offices exist to help facilitate so that we can do our job, not for our pleasure, not to get through security any faster, but to do our job for the American people. And some use these services more than not. You know, I will say that...
So you even get special treatment at the airport is what you just said there. And that you need to get through the airport faster so that you can go back and do your job at the airport. Huh?
It is disconcerting to see members of Congress to be able to get to the front of the line or go around security.
Yeah, kind of like it's concerning to see members of Congress plan up with a whole full fucking security regalia in the front hallway of a national airport. The fuck? How do you see the optics with one but not with the other? How dare AOC walk through the fucking TSA pre-check line when this is happening, but not see anything wrong with what you're currently fucking doing?
together to get through the TSA lines. I personally do not do that.
Oh, really? But you personally do stand up here at a fucking podium where the fucking airport hallway is blocked for your own personal security, sir.
I wait in line like everyone.
You see nothing special with your treatment, how you're being treated right now in this current public setting? You think a normal, regular, geriatric motherfucker is just... How in the fuck? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me on this?
Else. And I think the more the American people see that we are... Look, we're a voice and a vote for 750,000 people. We are not better.
Oh, you're just an average Joe. You're right. You're just the average Joe.
Because we have this pen, we're not better than anyone else. But we do have a job to do, and to get here and to get back home is part of that job. All right?
But it's not part of the job for people that work for TSA or for FEMA or in the Coast Guard or anyone else that is not being paid for the last 3.5 weeks. It's very important that he be able to get through security quickly. But I mean, he doesn't use that line though. But it's very important that other people that have the same job, that they get to, he's advocating for he's saying it's important, but he doesn't do it. He would never do it. He just stands up here at a fucking podium and blocks traffic at an airport.
Yes.
Bro, like, you can't even hear him.
I mean, I think we need to actually pay all of our workers. I mean, if you think about that, are we also not going to pay military? I mean, there are people who are on the front lines, which is why the House has passed all 12 appropriation bills, even though lots of people, including, Vegas folks, would have said that we could not do that. It's important that we pay all of our people. They have a job, they're doing their job, they need to get paid for it. So we have non-essential workers, and then we have essential workers. The one thing to keep in mind is that when people come back, they are actually getting paid in full. They are made whole when they come back. I don't think a lot of people recognize that. They are made full. But in the interim, you've got people right now whose rent is due. You've got people who's got credit cards that are due, who are trying to put food on the table, who are not getting a paycheck. All of those people deserve to get a paycheck. I think what you...
Yo, if you're just joining us, make sure you double tap. Hit that like button. When you hit that like button, you send more people in for our poll of the day. Our poll of the day, 743 of you in the voting with the Tucker Carlson third party. And J.D. Vance coming away with it, 46%. Gavin Newsom, 42%. We're going to keep that for our second hour. We have a half an hour left in that fucking poll. We are going to do a fourth hour tonight, guys, because we are at 28,000 views tonight. Holy shit. What the fuck? Like, the military is not getting paid? Is that like the user collapse or what the fuck? Exactly. But yeah, so... double tap, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. When you hit the subscribe button, you get YouTube shorts sent into your algorithm, and then you can hit that join button. When you hit that join button, $4 a month, you get a little logo next to your name in the chat every single day. We are live doing the news. You help support the channel just for those $4 a month. And you also gain access to my entire film library, 17 feature films right there on the front page of my channel for just $4 a month. Help us out, guys. We are 36 members deep. 2.5 hours into the pod. Back to the Republicans saying this is not our fault.
We've seen from the House is we've actually passed the bills.
Yeah, it's
they
not
are
our
being
fault.
used as political points by Democrats in the Senate. I think it's absurd. I think if they wanted to do their job and continue getting paid, which, by the way, if you're getting paid when your federal employees are not getting paid, there's a problem right there. But I think that Senate Democrats don't really seem to care.
That is one argument
they
they
got.
got.
People that are doing their job and are actually.
That is one argument they got, because the Democrats are literally the ones that stopped themselves, or like stopped the bill that would prevent them from being paid.
trying to protect the American citizens.
And they should be prevented from being paid. Like, my God, man. Got a mortgage? Motherfucking TSA guy got a mortgage, too. Also, it is kind of crazy because people are like, oh my God, what do these people do? They don't have a paycheck. They can literally go to, like, any fucking loan place and be able to get a fucking payday loan based off of their paycheck. So it's not like anybody is out any money yet. Where's Bubba and Big Bag of Pot? Exactly. It's kind of an absentee day. 153 in the chat, but none of our cool little mods with all of their fucking super chats. Looking for one of them at some point tonight. Already 7:30. Neither one. But we got Green stuff, and we got Michael Olson here.
We have funded the Department of Homeland Security several times in the U.S. House. This was a funding bill that was agreed to at the highest levels by the Democrats in the Senate. They didn't like the way that ICE was deporting criminal illegal aliens, so they raised a stink about it, and they're holding the American people hostage. We want everyone paid. We passed the bill to fund that, to get everyone paid.
Yep.
When you start splitting things off, it's going to give the Democrats more leverage in the future, and I guarantee you they will hang that around the necks of the American people as well in the future. Let's keep this bill together. This is being negotiated by President Trump, the administration, and Senate Democrats and Republicans for that matter. We'll see what they come out with this bill. I think Senator Scott has a concern that it could not be funded through reconciliation, but we'll see. I'm not an expert in that field.
That's the thing. I don't understand this whole, like, it can't be reconciled. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Here's a question for the person that actually should be here.
Attention members of the military.
Yeah.
The U.S. Lounge is open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Take our country back, vote Democrat. Yeah,
I can tell you it's not
that'll
gonna
work.
Be good.
That'll work.
The first shutdown, we saw an increase of 25% in attrition after the lapse of the first shutdown. So I can assure you it's not going to be good. We don't know exactly the amount of folks that are going to quit, but we also have significantly, just busy. We have we're of course in the middle of spring break. We have summer travel. We're on the heels of the World Cup as well, a heavily trafficked, globally trafficked traveled event. And so this is going to get worse, and we're going to have to deal with the reverberations of this for a long time.
USA is back. Epic Fury.
We're doing. I'll assure you, we're doing everything we possibly can to get them to come to work. The
we was
overwhelming
much better
majority
off
of
with
TSA
Biden.
officers are coming in every single day, despite not getting paid. And
better off
we
with
really
Biden,
appreciate it
bro?
for them.
Oh,
We continue
I
to
don't know
appreciate
about
them. But again, and we're also. I would be remiss if I didn't say
That was
also,
some
we've received
uninteresting
tremendous
times.
support from private donors, from industry as well, and so we appreciate the public's support as well. But again, this is going to get worse before it gets better if Senate Democrats don't act. Yeah, we're going to continue to survey this kind of airport by airport. We're hopeful, particularly with the supplemental kind of support from our ICE
Bro,
folks.
they're going to
We're
block
hoping
the
that will
airports when
cause
it's
a reduction in wait
collapse.
times. But again, we have
Facts.
those 440 airports across the country.
440 of
in
them.
Very different locations,
Biden.
urban, rural, and again, so the longer our folks don't get paid, the more they're going to call out, the more they're going to be not be able to afford to come into work, and the more they're going to quit altogether. And so it's going to get worse before it gets better again if we don't get refunded as
Yes,
the
is Biden.
Absolutely. So there's going to be specialized support that they're going to be conducting. They're conducting exit lanes, manning exit lanes, doing general crowd control, other things as well. And so, we're grateful for their help, and they're going to help alleviate a lot of the burden off of our officers, so our officers can focus on more specialized screening functions like baggage review, X-ray interpretation, things like that.
Let's have our last question from Matt Foldy, please.
but here I'll also give credit where credit's due. You look at what Tom Cole did as chairman of Appropriations, 12 for 12. But then I also give credit to Ranking Member DeRosa. I'm just telling you, Rosa worked with Delora, worked with Tom Cole, our entire committee. We gave a little. Everybody sacrificed. We approved 12 bills for 12 for the first time since 2018. You think about it, that's a pretty good accomplishment with a very small majority, but it took people working together. The Senate agreed to it. We send it over there, and look where we're at today. Self-inflicted wounds. The American people deserve better, and they need to own it. If you're going to stand up and do this to the American people, own it. The Republicans are leading. You look at it, 15 million came across the border. Everything ICE does, the Democrats are against it. They're carrying out law enforcement. They're mad because they're in the airports. You know what they're doing? They're law enforcement. They're being sure that we're safe in these airports. The big thing is, it's time to move forward. The American people are tired of the Democrats talking. They're tired of the talk. They're ready to fund Homeland Security. Let's move forward, and I think the American people deserve better.
Hey, thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I hope you realize the importance. This is not just a dog and pony show, guys. This is about the future of America and our security in our skies, on our planes, and in the homeland. We must get DHS fully funded. Thank you. On behalf of the Republican Study Committee, thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Guys ready? Ready for opposite day? It's going to be fun. Kids watch the same exact thing in reverse now. What the fuck? This is so much bullshit talks. Exactly. No, there's ready for the opposite? Here we go. It's opposite day. Mr. Hakeem. Mr. Hakeem! Double tap, hit that like button for our poll of the day. Send people in from all political persuasions into our poll of the day. 803 votes in. Gavin Newsom, 43%. J.D. Vance, 45%. Tucker Carlson, 12%. I can't believe Tucker is losing that many votes, honestly. I thought he would be a little bit heavier on that. You guys are taking that poll a little too seriously, aren't we?
Leader Hakeem Jeffries spoke to reporters on day 39 of a partial government shutdown
Be back in
affecting
one
the
second,
Department of Homeland Security, answering questions on the funding impasse at the center of air travel issues. Leader Jeffries also spoke about the crash of an Air Canada Express jet at New York City's LaGuardia Airport.
Good afternoon, everyone. House Democrats continue to focus on making life better for the American people, to drive down the high cost of living, to fix our broken health care system, to make sure that immigration in this country is fair, just, and humane, to ensure that TSA agents are paid as opposed to being forced to work without pay, so that Republicans can continue to prevent ICE from being reined in. And of course, we're going to continue to work on ending this reckless war of choice in Iran, where Donald Trump and Republicans are spending billions of dollars to drop bombs in the Middle East, but won't spend a dime to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits in order to ensure that more than 20 million Americans are able to afford to go see a doctor when they need one. We're fighting for health care, not warfare. And Republicans are doing the exact opposite. Questions?
Have you been weighing in on the deal that's formulating on the Senate side, particularly when it comes to Senator Schumer and others keeping you in the loop on this? And are you open to the framework that's being created?
I have not spoken to Leader Schumer this week, but do expect to talk with him later on today, now that we're back in session. And here's the thing. We've been very clear. ICE should be compelled to conduct itself like every other law enforcement agency in the country and not expend billions of dollars in taxpayer money to brutalize and in some cases kill American citizens, as was tragically the situation with Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. ICE should not be violently targeting law-abiding immigrant families and making our communities less safe, not more. And at the same period of time, the problem is that Republicans have decided that they'd rather force TSA agents to work without pay, inconvenience millions of Americans all across the country, and create chaos at airports, rather than enact into law common sense things like requiring ICE agents to secure judicial warrants.
If you're just joining us, double tap, hit that like button. We're getting close to 100 likes, guys.
Out of their beds.
100 likes
in the middle of the night.
GOP is done.
We'll evaluate in good faith whatever is presented, but
This
it's
guy's
got
full
to
of
be
shit.
consistent if it's going to
Just
deal
like
with
the last ones.
ICE with the types of changes that are bold, meaningful, and dramatic.
The last shutdown fight had some concerns that House Democrats were basically left out of the conversation. Is this falling into the same?
Please shut
No,
the
that
fuck
has not
up.
been the case.
Put the chest waters on. It's going to get deep. With the culture in France, a guy like Tucker would win easy. Dollar General Obama. Obama Dollar General! Dollar General Obama!
The deal would fund all of DHS except for ICE's law enforcement capacity. Is that a win for Democrats?
Well, we have to take a look at what
they don't even know what
the
winning
definition
is.
of ICE's law enforcement capacity is, what they are allowed to do in terms of funding and not do, and what type of change.
They don't even know what they want. They're not like, we want to change ICE to do this. They're just like, we just don't like Donald Trump. So the more we can do, like, hate that, the better.
Changes are in the legislation that is presented. When we've been very clear from the beginning, ICE needs to be brought under control. We cannot have a situation where taxpayer dollars are being used to brutalize and kill American citizens. It's not a complicated proposition that we've been fighting hard to achieve. In a country where the American people want immigration enforcement to be fair, just, and humane, we're going to continue to make sure that there are secure borders. But we do have a broken immigration system, and we should fix it. Let's do it in a comprehensive and bipartisan way. But what this Trump administration has done, trying to
Tucker,
jam
MTG,
these extreme
Candace, Nick
mass
Winters, Andrew
deportation,
Schultz, all
violent
jump ship.
policies
It's over. They know it.
down the throats
Donald
of the
Trump
American
derangement
people
syndrome
is unacceptable. And it's a non-sustainable thing at this point in time.
Vote blue. Nothings. Nothings.
Well, it's a question as to
What do
is
we
actually
want?
funded
We
and
don't
what's
really
not
want.
funded.
We don't
Now,
know what we want.
We have a discharge petition that is live.
Now, we don't really know what we want.
Already north of 125 signatures or so. Working to complete that process over the next few days.
Full-blown clown show.
Would make sure that we pay TSA agents.
Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button. We're almost to our third hour of the night. Almost to that third hour of the night.
The Coast Guard that we fund.
Double tap, hit that like button, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, especially if you are a Newsom head. If you're a Newsom head, gotta double tap, gotta hit that like button, send people in to vote for Gavin Newsom. 853 votes in. Gavin Newsom 43, JD Vance 45%, Tucky's only at 12. Missy Tucky only at 12. No to voter suppression. That's what they want. Absolutely.
And that we fund cybersecurity professionals who are working hard to keep us safe.
They want
If we
to stop
can't get
us
to a
from voting.
resolution this week as it relates to the type of changes that are necessary to get ICE under control. Now, if it's that type of agreement,
You
then
forget
of course
none
there's
of
going to
the
be strong
above.
Democratic support. It's
Newsom
consistent
in Ventura
with the
2028.
legislation that
Probably.
Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro has already introduced, and that we're working hard to force an up or down vote on.
Bro don't even
on
know
the
what he
House floor.
wants.
If it's something different.
Patriots, America needs your help in 2028. Make the right choice and vote Hunter Biden and Hog 2028. Make America hard again. Absolutely. Let's get hard for Hunter Biden. I am with it. I am with you, Spartacus.
It remains to be seen.
Hard for Hunter.
Democrats will react. We'll have to have
Hard for Hunter this
caucus
January.
meeting to discuss it.
Opposition to the SAVE Act
We are trying to do something about it. Deport every last one of them. Epstein. He looks like a demon from Little Nicky movie.
Yeah, we have made clear repeatedly we support
that's
voter
a good
identification laws. And here in this country,
Hunter better than
elections
Trump,
are administered
pretty much.
by states and localities. And each state and locality has the ability to determine what is the most appropriate form of voter identification that should be required for their citizens to participate in voting in that state. New York State has very...
What the fuck does that mean? Why don't you just shut up, sir?
strong
You don't have any idea
voter
what you want.
identification laws, which I support.
Why?
And which does facilitate voting that allows for maximum participation by citizens while at the same period of time ensuring that the elections are free and fair. This is a states' right issue. What happened to the days when Republicans actually supported states' rights? These people are
Obama
phony.
look
And the
alike,
example right now,
pretty much,
amongst many, is the fact that for years Donald Trump...
Double tap, hit that like button if you're just joining us. We are 93 likes, 7 likes away. Hit that like button, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day. JD Vance, Gavin Newsom, or Tucker Carlson, who's going to win in the 3-party race in 2028. We are currently watching the Dems blaming the Republicans after watching the Republicans blaming the Dems. Hit that subscribe button. Get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm every day. And hit that join button. $4 a month. That's all it takes, guys. You too can be a part of the club. 36 members strong. And also access to my entire film library. 17 feature films right there on the front page of the YouTube channel. All for just $4 a month. Appreciate you guys with the likes. We are 7 likes away from 100. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Has been railing against voting by mail, only to turn around and vote by mail.
This nigga been flipping bricks since the 80s.
Election that's taking place today in Florida.
State level voting
king-like
protections
behavior.
is valid, but
Rules
so
for
is
me
voting for a president. Exactly.
That don't apply, but not for thee. That's his position.
That's like a position.
It's
crazy insane. Bubba J007, welcome back to the chat. Timu Obama facts here. Timu Obama, welcome into the chat. You almost missed us tonight. If it wasn't for the fact that we are going for a 4th hour because we're already 32,000 strong, we would be ending in 9 minutes. But I'm glad to see you back in the chat, Bubba J007. Michael was asking where you and Big Bag were. We were like, where are y'all? Where are y'all? Hakeem is moron. Trump 2028.
The so-called SAVE Act has nothing to do with ensuring that elections are conducted with integrity. Donald Trump and Republicans who are in the midst of running
Hakeem,
the largest pay-to-play scheme in the
I feel
history
you.
of the country.
I think that's the thing is I just wanted to make sure that I got that I started early enough that I could get through late enough for everybody to at least check in. And I think I did it. We will see as long as a big bag of pop makes his way in here at some point.
If not
But with the new rules of the game where it's like, who knows, like I could be on here for 10 hours, I gotta start it early. Right now we're at 100 strong. We're going to that 4th hour, y'all.
The world want to lecture us about integrity? Get lost.
Get lost.
They've got zero credibility.
Nope.
On the voting
None.
issue or on any of
We should vote for this guy.
Of these issues. This is all about
Trump is an embarrassment. This dude's so
to
dumb.
Prevent a midterm massacre.
Oh, midterm massacre. That's a cute one. You guys heard that one yet? Get ready for your Democrat friends at the water cooler tomorrow. The midterm massacre. A sad case of a man right there.
The polls. Because Republicans know they have failed the American people. They have failed to lower the high cost of living. Life is more expensive. They've broken our health care system.
At the voting
They're
polls.
spending billions of dollars to drop bombs in the Middle East. Won't spend a
That case
dime
of
to make
TBS.
life more affordable for the
Facts,
American
Bubba.
people. And they've been losing
Facts.
elections for the last 15 months.
Should have seen it earlier, Bubba. It got crazy in here. We had some libs that were like, hey, can I donate? And then they're like, I would never give you 90 cents. And then I was roasting them and I was like, you can't even fucking afford 90 cents. It got bad. They stayed here for a good 45 minutes just continuing to complain. Hated Melania. Put Melania up for 5 minutes. Really did not like listening to Melania. They really hated that part. Trump turning Texas blue. American system has failed the American people.
And so Republicans have concluded that we better try to jam this so-called Save America
I'd rather pay
Act.
more in housing and gas than have my country overrun with illegals. The Dem leaders talk a tough game of change, then it's right back the same. Texas blue. Exactly. It's fucking crazy. We're gonna, with our white Timu Obama, talking about transgender fucking Christians or some shit. That's how we're gonna, and how non-binaries can have babies or whatever. Men can have babies too or whatever. That guy's, yeah, he's definitely gonna become the next senator in Texas.
To the American people as part of our
he's gonna win. He's gonna win that seat in Texas, guys. He's gonna win that seat with his transgender fucking Christian thing. Texas turning blue in a pig's ass. Democrats flipping 28 state seats to Republicans 0 in the last 14 months.
Schemes.
Bro, every incumbent across the board lost in the primaries this year. We got the oil, the southern opposite side of the Strait of Hormuz is controlled by the Oman, the UAE. The side serves as the primary route for shipping oil from the Persian Gulf to the Indian Ocean. The poorest states in the country are red. Democrats winning MTG seat in Georgia, in my opinion. How many transgender people have you met in your lifetime? A lot, actually. Hannibal, sober up, dude. Facts.
To rig the midterm election.
Bro, wake up. Sober up. Sober up.
Senate Republicans told me this morning that the president has signed off on the offer that Senate Republicans have sent to Senate Democrats. Is the president...
Just 3 likes away, guys. Just 3 likes away. If you're joining the chat right now, double tap, hit that like button. Hit that like button and then hit subscribe. When you hit subscribe, you get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm. You also get notifications on every one of these live streams that happens every single day, covering the news for at least 3 hours. We are going into hour 4, guys. Overtime. We get overtime tonight because we hit over 10,000 views in those first 3 hours. We have 4 minutes left of our third hour, but we are going into hour 4. In hour 4, we will stay live the entire hour as long as we stay above 50 live chatters. And if we are above 100 at the end of hour 4, we'll go for an hour 5. Last week, we went 9 full hours one day during the middle of the week, and I had to fucking wake up in the morning too. You hit the like button and it happened. That's 100 people. 100 likes on the day. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Here we go. 907 votes in. Who will be the president of the U.S. in 2028? 42% Gavin Newsom. 46% J.D. Vance. 12% Tucker Carlson. We're less than 100 votes away from 1,000 people. This is a crazy poll that J.D. is still pulling off. Still pulling off the poll. As long as we stay above 50 members, guys, we will stay live. We're going into hour 4 of the news in 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. Right after this, hour 4.
Will have as they decide how to move forward. If you still believe that Republicans, especially in the House, can't do anything without the president's permission, how important will his sign-off be?
Who's going to go, Pep Stream?
The decision that Democrats make on how to move forward on this issue.
Well, we know. Yeah, well, listen, we know it's an irrefutable fact that House Republicans can't do anything without getting permission from Donald Trump. House Republicans don't work for the American people. They work for Donald Trump. They've demonstrated that repeatedly. They are nothing more than a reckless rubber stamp.
Beta boy Hannibal.
For Donald Trump's
Vance is a coward and he wears eyeliner. He does wear
so,
eyeliner. That isn't weird.
Part of the reason why there haven't been fruitful or successful negotiations for more than 30 days in the midst of the Trump Republican shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, which is now inconveniencing millions of travelers all across the country, is because Donald Trump hasn't given them the sign-off to sit down and have a conversation
Funny the Dems will
with
vote
Democrats
for the guy
to actually
that can't
negotiate
read.
a resolution. that's consistent with our values on all the things, including
What's this, a movie experiment channel?
And so,
experiment channel? I'm not. No,
we'll
I
evaluate
I don't shit myself. You think I shit myself on here? You think that's what I'm doing?
Proposal. Nothing has been presented to me yet, so there's nothing for us to evaluate.
Tucker has a better chance of winning the Vance.
Communication
Doesn't look like it. Are you paying attention to the poll?
with Mike Johnson or Republicans. But if there is something to evaluate, I'll have the conversation with Leader Schumer. We'll talk to our colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Details are going to be important in terms of what's funded and what's not funded in the absence of meaningful.
You won't sign the
goals
Save
or
America
changes
Act. Exactly.
that need to be made.
If they just
to rein
signed the
ICE
Save
in and
America
get them
Act.
under control.
Trump shits himself.
Yeah, we're in regular communication. I was on the road yesterday.
Dude
My
talks like
expectation
he's
is to talk
full
to
of
him later on
bullshit
this afternoon.
losers. Facts.
You've mentioned ICE a number of times. You haven't mentioned CBP, but that's part of the Deloro bill. You're withholding funding from ICE and CBP. It's our understanding that the deal that's emerging over in the Senate would fund CBP in full. Is that a red line over here? Does CBP have to be a part of this broader enforcement mechanism that you want to
Capitol Police.
withhold funding from until you get these?
Yeah, my opposition relates to ICE and Donald Trump's violent
and CBP, but you don't want to say it out loud, so you're going to blame Trump. Got it.
extreme mass deportation machine. And to the extent that any other parts of DHS are part of it, then there's got to be dramatic changes that are made. And in my view, funds withheld until that period of time. If there are restrictions that have been built into the legislative proposal,
what a douche,
that apparently Republicans have presented or are prepared to present to us, then we'll take a look at that.
Last week you sort of floated or teased a war powers resolution. Can you share any more details on the contours of that resolution?
Yeah, we're in ongoing conversations.
He's a loser.
With Greg Meeks and Jim Himes and Adam Smith about, moving forward with a war powers resolution sooner rather than later.
Look at him.
When
He's
we
a loser.
Present something on the floor, it's our determination to win. We need to end this. The House needs to act. Billions of dollars in taxpayer money should not be spent in dropping bombs in the Middle East right now when life is unaffordable for the American people.
Yeah, but you're not paying them either. That's kind of part of the problem.
Extremist Republicans have made life more expensive. The Trump tariffs have made life more expensive. This war is dramatically increasing.
As you're currently withholding paychecks.
Gas prices all
from 490,000 Americans
across the country. In an environment where their refusal to
the art of communication without saying anything of substance. Facts, Hakeem. This guy is a moron.
Directly. And tens of millions
Mr.
of
Lips
Americans who get health care from their employer
This guy is
indirectly.
creepy, no doubt about it.
This has been a train wreck. We have to get America
Train wreck.
back on
Choo-choo. Get it back
And
on track. If the
it's our
government
commitment
works, don't you get paid?
as
Politicians shouldn't
Democrats
either.
to do that.
Facts.
And part of that is going to involve making sure we can pass a war powers resolution on the floor that succeeds on the floor. And led by Greg Meeks, that's what we're working to do.
Thank you, Leader Jeffries.
Train wreck. Barack Hussein Jr.
Special perks for members of Congress while the shutdown is going on.
You caused
We need
it.
to resolve the issue of paying TSA agents, and we should pay them now. This is not that complicated. Not a day should go by before we get that done this week. And I'm unconcerned.
He's a train
with,
wreck.
Any
I hate
services
the way
being
he
cut
talks,
off at
dude.
this
It's annoying as
point
fuck.
to members of Congress.
It
Our
is.
focus.
Our focus. He talks like a fucking if Obama had the substance of Kamala Harris.
Should be on everyday Americans.
Just saying
on hardworking
absolute
federal
nothingness.
employees and on TSA agents, and we need to get this done this week. Thank you, everyone.
If this guy wasn't a politician, he would be a janitor. There's
Give us
already
the state of play when it
1979
comes
War
to the
Powers
government
Act
shutdown,
to
the
stand
partial
strong, Hakeem. Here's the thing, guys. We are now in overtime. You guys, you asked for it. You did it. We're past the 3-hour mark. We're going into the 4th hour because we're over 10,000 views. 36,000 strong. Once we hit 50,000, we'll get into that top 5 live streams category. Once we hit over 100 more likes, we'll get into that top 5 likes category for our live stream. Let's keep the live stream going as long as we can. As long as we have at least 50 people in the live stream, we will go through this full hour. At hour 4, at the hour 4 marker, if there's more than 100 of you still here in this live stream, we will go for a 5th hour. If you see the numbers plummeting, if you want to get people back in the chat, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you hit it, subscribe, join, super chats, all of it sends people into the fucking algorithm so that we can keep this show fucking going, y'all. And right now we got Senate leaders hold news conference. It's a Democrat's fault.
AI assistant helps.
Back to it. It's a Democrat's fault now. It was the Democrats' fault. Then it was the Republicans' fault. Now it's the Democrats' fault again. And then one more time, it's going to be the Republicans' fault again.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It's the Democrats' fault.
Shameful that we are on day 39 of the Democrat shutdown of the
It's a Democrat shutdown.
Is increasingly having effects across the country as our airports and the TSA agents become more and more overrun.
At least these guys didn't do it at an airport.
It is time to end this. Time to end this is now. The Democrats have in front of them a proposal with legislative text that would allow us to get DHS back and opened up again.
God bless you all.
And it is essentially what the Democrats have been
bless you, Donald.
And so we're going to have an opportunity to vote on that, and I hope they will put their money where their mouth is, and if they are sincere about actually getting DHS opened up again,
these guys are full of shit.
They'll provide the votes and work with us in order to make that happen. On the other issue, the Save America Act now has been on the floor for some time. And it is an issue on which, as we pointed out before, there is overwhelming public support.
These guys are all full of shit.
Among and across all kinds of demographic groups, age, political party, gender, you name it. Democrat, Republican.
You guys are full of
overwhelming support for the Save America Act. The Democrats said, Chuck Schumer said out here last week, that they support voter ID. Well, we're going to give them an opportunity to evidence that by putting it up for a vote. Later I'll be filing an amendment that would require photo ID, and we'll see what the Democrats do. What happened last week, as you all know, Senator Husted from Ohio offered a very straightforward voter ID amendment, which was blocked on the floor by the Democrats, and furthermore, it wasn't just blocked. It was actually the Democrat, Senator Merkley from Oregon,
Democrat,
that's our Democrats' specifically would ban voter ID across the country, and actually something that 36 states already have in place. So this is an issue on which there is broad agreement with the public.
America. On that
one particular issue, and that is whether or not people ought to have to show some form of identification when they go to vote. So that's the schedule for the balance of this week, and
America
hopefully
strong.
we'll have cooperation from Democrats to end the government shutdown.
America strong.
Leader, good afternoon. Thank you. Don't you risk alienating some of your base if you're unable to pass the Save America Act and the idea that this could go into budget reconciliation? That everybody around here, including you, has indicated that that's very hard to do. Isn't that just kind of a wing and a prayer?
I think that budget reconciliation, as I've said before, you have to have a reason to do it. And if we have reasons to do it, and we may, very well
like and
may.
subscribe.
I think there are a number of our colleagues
in the majority of both houses in the House, White House, but it's the Democrats' fault.
I think there's a lot of.
It's not the Republicans' fault either, though. Like that, you're missing the point, Hannibal. You're part of the problem. Two people do this. Whose fault is it? It's both of them!
Support for budget reconciliation bill. We have two legislative vehicles, as you know, available to us, so we could tee one of those up, and that's an option. and we'll see if that's what it takes to get some
Them
of these
sit down
things
for
across
America.
the
That's
finish
why
line.
they suck.
And we can do it with simple majorities. We'll take a hard look at that.
If you do pursue reconciliation to pass elements of the SAVE Act, do you commit to abiding by the parliamentarians' advice on what can and cannot be in there, or might you overrule her if you disagree?
Well, we had
Republicans are in power.
many conversations with.
The Republicans are in power. The Democrats can't be blamed because they're not in the power.
The parliamentarian.
They all have the same job. They're all not doing their job.
During the budget reconciliation bill that passed last summer.
Thank God.
And I would expect that. That's an iterative process and a back and forth. Sometimes trading
Trump
back
is supposed to
different
lead,
ideas to
bring the party together.
But obviously,
He did. He brought his party
parliamentarian
together.
play in that process.
The other party's the ones not working out. Trump
and I would
owns
expect
words.
Leader Food. What is your level of optimism right now that this can be done by the end of the week?
It depends. It's really in the hands of the Democrats. We're ready to move, and we believe the legislative text is available. With consent, we could get on it, and we could do it today.
The president rejected a plan similar to this over the weekend. Why did he change his mind now?
Well, I think there are. I mean, obviously, maybe you can just say that my colleagues were more persuasive than I was. But I think the arguments have been made, and clearly that what we are doing here, and thanks to his work last summer and our work last summer, we pre-funded a lot of the ICE budget. And ICE agents right now and CBP agents are being paid, even though TSA is not. And that's because we pre-funded that from last summer. And so I think that, coupled with the fact that we also have possibility of a budget reconciliation bill if we need additional.
So basically the Democrats are holding TSA hostage for ICE, and ICE is literally getting paid this whole time. Makes a lot of sense, right? Michael Turner, hello, welcome back.
Above and beyond what's already
Fetterman should start the third party. Yeah, because Tucker's not doing good. Because Tucker's not doing good. Because Tucker's not doing good, is he? 46%, 42, 972 votes in the bag. Almost 1,000 votes, guys. Well, J.D. Vance running away with it. Running away with it tonight. Pre-funded? Yeah, they pre-funded it, apparently. That's why they're getting a fucking check. Pretty simple answer.
Well, I mean, I think that's going to be up to them. The reform, honestly, this has all been about reforms that they said they wanted, and we have repeatedly showed up. They have repeatedly backed away, including over this last weekend.
Because it's not really about that.
It became very clear to us that they really weren't interested in reforms.
They're interested in, I hate Donald Trump.
Reforms, then they ought to figure out how to help fully fund ICE. ICE will be partially funded.
Them days
CBP
are
will be funded under this proposal. But if they want to have
$39 trillion in debt,
some of the reform ideas that they had put in front of us,
and climbing every day,
would be contingent upon actually providing funding for ICE. And so we'll see how they react to that. But we're ready to move, and it's really going to be incumbent upon them.
Why does politicians have to blame shit on the opposite party? It's fucking sick. Own your shit. Facts, bro. That's what I've been saying all night. The Republicans blame the Democrats. Then the Democrats blame the Republicans. Up next, the Republicans blame the Democrats. Then the Democrats blame the Republicans. It's the Democrat shutdown. It's the Republican shutdown. You all have the same fucking job. You all aren't paying the fry cook, and you're all collecting your general manager checks and blaming the nighttime manager, and the daytime manager blames the daytime manager. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Y'all are collecting the check while not paying the people.
Starting to get paid again before the weekend. It's the ball's in the Democrats' court. Thank you.
Oh, trust me, we know it's in our court, and we're ready to fucking stand up. Democrats are about to tell us why the Republicans are wrong now, guys. They're going to tell us why the Republicans are wrong. It's all the Republicans' fault. Do you know that?
Hello, everybody, and I'm proud to be joined by Senator Murray and Senator Padilla. So, as everyone knows, negotiations continue on DHS funding, including the Coast Guard, FEMA, CISA, while also securing real reforms to rein in ICE and stop the violence. Over the weekend, progress was getting made. Then Donald Trump threw a temper tantrum. He demanded
$3.6 trillion in less than a year.
Voter suppression.
Where you get that fact, bro?
To TSA paychecks. It was outrageous from the start. Democrats knew it, and Republicans knew it too.
Can you believe this? It's all actually the Democrats' fault, or the Republicans' fault. Actually, Chuck Schumer's throwing a new one in here. It's all actually Donald Trump's fault. The Republicans are actually good guys. It's actually all Donald Trump's fault.
And because of Donald Trump, negotiations started falling apart.
Yep.
That's
all
not
his
just
fault.
a delay, that's real harm. That's another day TSA workers go without pay. Let's not forget, Democrats have now tried 8 times to pass clean TSA funding.
And Donald Trump won't let us.
To have a little. Here we are.
Bro can't even read his own speech. Obama doubled the debt 9.18 trillion in 3 days for being in office.
Here we go.
Wars cost money.
They're always ahead of me. They're a great staff, aren't they? Anyway, we have voted 8 times.
Oh, they got a little poster of it. A little cute poster.
8 times.
Wars cost money.
8 times we asked, no poison pills, no politics, no conditions, just paychecks and public safety. 8 times Republicans
Add the motherfucker with to spend another $3.6 trillion before year end. If Kamala won, gas would be $7 by now.
Instead of paying our TSA agents what they deserve,
needless wars cost the most money
to keep our airports in chaos. And what
Take
does Trump
your
do?
Pick money or lies.
He sends ICE agents to airports.
Epic
Epstein
files greater than what PDF Trump could handle. Chuck is a schmuck.
Don't run security lines. They don't screen passengers.
They don't know how to, guys. These people that arrest the most crazy, belligerent criminals in the world that aren't even citizens and are murdering us in the streets, they don't have the training to walk you through the fucking metal detector line. You guys didn't know that? They don't have the training to do that.
Remove travelers. By all accounts, many are just standing around.
Unaware of what to do.
Asking a simple question. People at airports say to one another, why is Trump paying ICE agents overtime to stand around instead of paying TSA workers to move the lines? Makes no sense. Maybe the answer is this.
I mean, that literally makes no sense. If somehow you got that in your head, where you're sitting at the airport and you're like, wow, I see that Homeland Security person over there just doing nothing. I can't believe Donald Trump is willing to pay that security fucking guy to do nothing instead of just funding the TSA. If you're there, if you're at that point, just jump off the fucking cliff right now, guys, because there's no hope.
Security isn't the goal. And this is something rather pernicious.
Chick is a
Hope you've seen it. Steve Bannon said the quiet part out loud.
Oh, Steve Bannon did, huh?
Calling this a call.
You mean your buddy? You mean your buddy from Epstein Island, Steve Bannon?
Using ICE agents at the airports, a test run for using ICE in the 2026 election. Can you imagine?
Dow at 46, shake my head. How can you believe it? That's a fact, bro.
ICE should leave the airports. TSA workers should be paid. And Republicans should stop playing games. No intimidation, no more chaos.
He puts the P and K
and let me say one more thing on the SAVE Act. This morning we learned Donald Trump, who constantly attacks vote by mail, used vote by mail himself.
No, he didn't. He is an absentee voter. There is a clear and distinguished difference. And if this guy is literally a veteran senator and lawmaker of that many years and can't comprehend the difference between mail-in ballot sent to your address without your request and an absentee ballot sent to a different state because you don't live there, but you want to vote there because you have your address there, holy fucking hell.
Typical Trump hypocrisy.
Tel Aviv looking like Gaza?
There are more examples.
Gaza looking like Tel Aviv.
So it's fraud when Americans do it, but fine when he does. Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense because you're fucking lying.
Does that make any sense at all?
It does. It makes 0 sense, you fucking retard.
That tells you everything.
Say something that makes sense, please.
Thing you need to know. It's never been about fraud. It's about rigging the election. And
Oh,
now
okay.
Republicans are trying to.
You're right. That's what he's doing.
Dress it up with the so-called common
Countries are
sense
starting to
voter
buy
ID
oil
amendment.
using the yen.
Don't be fooled. That proposal is a cover.
Bro, where are you getting your fucking news at? This is insane. Trump term 2028.
Cover up. It's more extreme than the
Placing
laws
bets is something Trump administration would do.
Every single state.
It's your Democrat bastards' fault that TSA isn't getting paid.
Red or blue. It overrides state law.
It's everybody's fault.
It blocks.
It's their fault. It's
ID.
your fault. It's my fault.
It blocks IDs.
We
that
could have done
millions
something.
Rely on students,
Could have
veterans.
changed.
You can't even use your military ID under their proposal. And of course, it's a cover-up. They actually just added it into the bill after the bill was done, because they knew when people saw it was voter suppression, it would be so unpopular and so poorly received. So Democrats support common sense voter ID, but what Thune put in isn't that. What the bill is voter suppression, plain and simple. Senator Murray.
Well, conversations are happening now about a path ahead to fund
This fucking
DHS
gnome.
and Rain and Ice, but
Fucking Mike Johnson and her need to get together.
let's remember where we
Make a
are.
gnome family!
TSA agents are going
Hannibal,
without
you are
pay.
losing something.
Travelers are
Your
showing up at
mind.
our airports to find 3, 4, or even 5-hour security lines.
No
and Trump
way.
and Republicans are refusing to just fund TSA.
Wow, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Iran said there is no more talking.
Democrats have tried again and again to pay.
Bro, again. You know what's funny? Let's check in. Let's check in on it. We haven't done this in a few days. Let's press TV.ir. Let's see what Iranian state propaganda has for us. Oh! Oh! Oh, y'all, you know what that means, right? I got to refresh the page one more time, just make sure. Oh my God, y'all. It's done. It's over. It's over. Y'all over here being like, blah, 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 like America's losing. They don't even have TV anymore. They don't even have TV in Iran anymore. Y'all, they're not even feeding us their own propaganda anymore. Talk about a fucking ultimate victory. Whoa. Wow.
TSA while negotiations continue on
Crazy.
reforms on ICE and Border Patrol. But Republicans have now blocked us 8 times, and it's counting. We have tried to send TSA agents the paychecks they deserve.
Remember Trump said that his friends made billions from the
Trump
Democrats?
has responded by sending ICE.
We already
instead.
covered that. It was Coffeezilla
TSA
earlier.
agents do not need ICE officers hovering over their shoulders and
They don't need ICE officers hovering over their shoulders? What? Bro, the ICE officer, the ICE officer is there not because the TSA guy is bad at his job. Is that what you thought this was about? This is the fact that you haven't paid the TSA person that is working for over 3 weeks. So the ICE officer is there to work because the person that you're not paying might not want to work for free.
intimidating travelers. They need to get paid. There is no excuse for the chaos Republicans have caused at our airports. Now, some of my Democratic colleagues and I have had productive meetings with the White House as we press
To
for
help them
meaningful
scream
reforms
corruption.
to ICE. But they would be a lot more productive if the president didn't keep making new and unreasonable demands over social media. It is awfully hard to find common ground with Republicans when it's not clear that they have common ground amongst themselves. Until recently, the Republican position...
But again, every time that this happens, you guys don't come out and say what you want. You say what you don't want. What are the Democrats after? Stopping ICE! Okay, that's not an objective. Like, if we're starting there with the negotiation, how do you fucking negotiate with these retards?
We won't let you give $1 to TSA unless you cut a blank check to Stephen Miller. That is absurd. But now we have made some headway toward reforms. Trump told Republicans maybe he doesn't want these negotiations at all. He won't accept any deal to fund TSA or the rest of the department until Congress passes his voter suppression bill. He's actually holding TSA pay hostage, all to disenfranchise tens of thousands of American citizens.
It's a Republican bottom line that's doing it. Ship all illegals out now.
Republicans now say that he's walking away from that, but the president has yet to clarify his
Jeffries says that the Democrats are not backing down, so how is that negotiating?
That the president is on the same page as the Republicans. Now, Democrats are continuing to push for modest reforms.
Complete garbage spewing from her mouth, make mental health a priority. Can't blame Democrats on this.
TSA, FEMA, Coast Guard, and CISA while talks continue on ICE and Border Patrol. But we've also made very clear that if we are talking about funding any part of ICE or CBP, we absolutely must take some key steps to rein them in. The current Republican offer in front of us does not do that. We have made some progress, and the White House has already agreed to some steps. Bottom line, reforms must make it into law. So instead of creating chaos, President Trump needs to get serious about finding a solution.
Hey, Stephen.
And Republicans need to stop blocking TSA pay while dragging their feet
Diarrhea
on some
spews
very
99% of
reforms.
Dems' mouths.
We should pay TSA today and finalize a deal to fund the rest of the department and rein in ICE and Border Patrol.
And rein in, right, and rein in. Like, they're not saying, and make sure that they can't wear masks specifically. It's just a vague rein in statement.
Thank you, Leader Schumer. Thank you, Senator Murray. Look, folks, it's been a couple of weeks now, and the American people are understanding better and better what the SAVE Act truly is. And the more they understand the SAVE Act, the more they do not
I love your show, bro. Thank you, Holy Impact 333. Appreciate you. Stick with us. We, the non-binary chat, we just making fun of all the politicians.
Supporters of the bill.
Having a little common sense. Leaning a little right, because the Dems are a little retarded today.
That it's a bill.
Little? Actually, a lot retarded today.
But the reality is, it's a bill that will have the effect of making it harder for eligible Americans to register to vote, to stay registered to vote, and to cast their ballot in our elections.
Can't blame any Republican on the last two shutdowns.
With making sure that, quote,
you can blame every person that had a job in Congress, because they all had the same job and they all showed up and didn't do their job.
The right Americans.
Gotta remember where we're sticking with, guys.
Not our words.
It's us, the people, versus them, the retards. They're the ones making the laws. We're the ones having to obey them. We pay them to make the laws. When they don't show up and blame each other for not doing stuff, we need to say, go do your fucking job.
That's theirs. And if you combine that with the pieces of the bill that would force...
Sorry, dude, but you sound autistic. This guy sounds autistic. I sound autistic? Are you talking about this guy? Listen to this guy.
The personal information of every voter in America.
This guy's autistic. You talk a lot, but you don't know shit. Are you a relative of Asman Rat? Oh man, I wish. You just paid me the greatest compliment of the night. I'm gonna feel good for the rest of the week now. Any kind of reference to Asmongold is... Thank you. Yes. I will accept any and all references to Asmongold.
Into the hands of DHS.
And yes, this guy is Down syndrome.
To be run through this SAVE database, a different kind of SAVE. It's already purging American citizens from the voting rolls. And with the latest additions, as you've heard, a ban on vote by mail, and to come to learn that once again Donald Trump has chosen to vote by mail.
Ooh.
The hypocrisy.
I can't believe it. It's almost like it didn't happen. It's almost like he registered as an absentee voter, which I've done many times, so have these motherfuckers. And then they send it to your absentee address because you're claiming permanent residency of one state, and they send it to you in a different state, and then you mail it back to that state. That is called voting by absentee. That has been around since there has been service members. Okay, guys? So basically since the beginning of the United States. And these people are trying to make the argument that that's the same thing as sending out ballots empty through the mail like they're fucking pamphlets for Sam's Club. Like, Costco hot dogs, $1 off. Also, here's your ballot. Little different than saying, hey, state of Florida, I would like to request a ballot as the citizen, Donald Trump, of the state of Florida that lived at Mar-a-Lago. I won't be able to attend the state. I would like to vote through the mail, via absentee. Like, completely different things. And, like, the fact that actual sitting senators are acting like this person is voting by mail is, like, the epitome of retardation. Absentee is not the same as pamphlets massively empty in the mail. It's just not.
Is higher than ever. Vote by mail is good enough for Donald Trump, but no.
It's not. It's not good enough for Donald Trump. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for any of you. It's not good enough for any of us because we don't like ballots being shaped out to fucking Costco fucking, oh, let's just throw a bunch of fucking ballots in the air. See who picks them up. Oh, guess what? We, the people that printed a bunch of ballots and sent them in the mail, ended up collecting more ballots. What do you know? We, the Democrats, stay in charge. No thank you. No thank you. Vote by absentee? Yes. Just like fucking George Washington did. But yeah, they voted in the mail. They didn't vote by mail.
Not for the American people. This has never been about election security. It's been about a desperate...
You're making it that way. Like, I wasn't concerned, but the more that you spew your constant, arrogant ignorance and lies, the more that I become concerned that, like, why is this man who is a senator, who is probably, like, he is a lawmaker, but most likely is also a lawyer, why is he standing here in front of all of you, unaware of how the voting system that he's in charge of creating works? That is concerning for me. Outside of Donald Trump, that does make me want to pass voting laws, because if this guy truly does believe that Donald Trump voted by mail, we need to make sure this man does not vote moving forward. He is mentally incapable of voting.
Attempt to hold on to power because Republicans don't want to be held accountable for their horrible record during the midterm elections. It's wrong, it's un-American, and we'll continue to fight it tooth and nail until we kill this bill. And on the DHS funding front, I think it's real simple. Pay TSA, reform ICE, and while we're at it, pay Coast Guard. And
is the guy deaf or dumb?
Reform
or
ICE.
Both.
Pay CISA, reform ICE. Pay FEMA, reform ICE. And
what is reform ICE? If you guys know what the fuck you want, say it. Say it out loud. What is ICE? Or not what is ICE, but what is reform of ICE? Because that's what they want, right? The reform of ICE.
Pay FEMA, by the way. Let's make sure that
oh shit,
and appropriated
chat was going and I wasn't noticing it. Let me read some of these chats. We are Republican, not a democracy. Barron Trump 2028, the whole Democratic Party is a joke. Guess a lot of people never said the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll take any Democrat over Trump. Hannibal, you're in the bottom 20%. And to the Republic, Bubba J, mark my words, Republicans will lose the House come midterms. Michael, exactly. Republicans may lose the Senate also. Trump literally just voted by mail in Florida special election. I mean, I don't know how retarded you got to be. You got to be... Absentee is different than vote by mail. The fact that even the media is saying that he voted by mail is fucking insane. Absentee is different than voted by mail. If he voted by mail, then he would have had to be in the state of Florida to receive a fucking pamphleted thing, which Florida doesn't even have vote by mail. So, but he would have to just walk outside and go, oh, wow, there's a ballot on my front lawn. And then fucking vote by mail. He didn't. He requested an absentee ballot because he's the president of the United States, currently living in D.C., but a resident of Florida. Just like every service member overseas. JD will come out of the closet. Isn't ICE rental caps?
All impacted areas, not just to red states, but you hold blue states hostage. That's a topic for another day and a topic for the new DHS Secretary. Thank you.
Yes, we do.
Go ahead,
could you see yourself supporting the Republican proposal to fund DHS without ICE and without the immigration reforms up there?
Look, the bottom line is Democrats...
The bottom line is we don't even know what the fuck we want. We just hate Donald Trump.
And this is true of just every Democrat in my caucus.
We don't know!
Consistent all along.
But we don't like Donald
Trump.
Trump.
We have to rein in ICE and...
What is reining in? Please explain what you would like to do.
And stop the violence. We need reform.
Yes, no. Reform comes with ideas.
Yes.
There are Democrats that have signaled funding all of DHS, but stripping out the ICE funding. And that appears that that's the current offer from Republicans right now. I've spoken to Senator Hakeem.
I'm no Democrat, but they're the lesser of two evils. Well, I mean, you clearly are duped up in the democratic process because most of the lines you're spitting about Trump are like TDS, Down syndrome lines. Like, I suggest you watch this show. Watch the news with us. Have a fun fucking crowd of people that are just Americans making fun of the world and the news and these fucking buffoons all over the TV. And after day 3, you'll realize you were a Democrat. But now you are an independent. Obama has deported more than Trump has. Vote by mail is how I voted in Florida. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You ready? You guys ready? Explain the difference of vote by mail versus absentee. And are both legal in Florida? Let's check it out. America is winning for America and Americans. 3 more years, America will be done. Okay. Clarifying voter terminology. All right, you guys ready for this? You guys ready? If we fall, it will be from within, like Rome. You have DDS, Democrat Derangement Syndrome. It is a great question. The short answer is yes. It is completely legal in Florida, and under Florida law, absentee voting and vote by mail are actually the exact same thing. No, they're fucking not. This is the older, traditional... Okay. Fucking, really? Why do you guys gotta do this? Fucking... Hey, retard Gemini. There is clearly a difference in the legal definitions and what is being used with absentee, the president, and vote by mail, a huge fraud. Like, what the fuck? I'll get rid of retard because I wouldn't want to upset it. I wouldn't want to upset it. But again, it's telling me that they're different, but saying that they're the same, guys. Liberal education here for y'all. Hey, Betty. Welcome to the chat. Take our country back, vote Democrat. Only going to look at this for one more second, guys, but trying to get the analyzation on this. Just to clarify, Americans definitely not winning Dow at 46K, 45K. Y'all lucky it lasts a year. You're an idiot. Okay. No. You're making a very fair distinction. On national level, there absolutely is a difference between major differences in how those two systems operate. And you are right that it is a massive topic of political debate. Here's a look at the actual differences in the system a president stands and what the data is for fraud. Traditional absentee ballot. This requires a voter to actively request a ballot. In many states, the voter must also provide a valid, legally approved excuse, such as being the President of the United States of America, to be allowed to vote this way, in the mail, via absentee ballot. However, universal vote by mail. This is a system used by a handful of states like Colorado and Oregon, where a ballot is automatically mailed to every single active registered voter and the voters' rolls, regardless of whether they asked for one or not. You didn't fucking vote universal vote by mail in the state of Florida. You voted absentee. Absentee voting ballots have been around since George fucking Washington. It is not the same as throwing pamphlets in the mail and hoping that you pick one up and put a stamp on it.
Be enough to open the government.
Every one of my colleagues,
we must have voter ID. 87% of Americans know it's the basic. Exactly. And their argument is like, well, everyone votes by mail, even the fucking military. No, they vote by absentee. And what happens with absentee? You have to show your fucking ID before they send you the ballot. Finally, a channel that shows the receipts. Good job. Absolutely.
Unified, and B, we need reforms of
reform.
Every single one. Yes.
What reforms to ICE are necessary in order to reopen the
Look, we need.
Look.
Is that enough?
Look, you know what we've called for all along. I'm not going to.
No. You see that? The reporter that's on his side is like, hey, just to clarify, what are you guys actually after? His response? I'm not going to discuss that here at the podium where we're talking about what we want.
Get into specifics, but we need strong reforms, and we need to rein.
So you don't know what you want.
We've been
So
consistent.
you don't know.
Asking.
What consistency? We literally asked you for the consistency. We asked you to just answer what it is, and you said, I can't get into specifics. You can't get into specifics in the same sentence. We've always asked for this.
And we need to rein in ICE. We've been consistent in what we've been asking for.
You've been consistent in asking for nothing.
From the get-go. Yes, sir.
So are you saying this isn't an appropriate deal that Republicans have?
As I said, we need reforms.
Right, but what are the reforms? They ask you and you said you're not going to get into specifics. This is an insane argument.
We need reforms.
And the reforms are? You're not going to get into specifics. Got it.
To ICE. We need to rein in the violence.
That's not a reform.
We have never changed our position.
You've never had a position.
This does not have any reforms in ICE.
What reforms would you like, sir?
But they've sent us, negotiations are ongoing, and they've sent us an offer, and we'll be sending them an offer back.
Holy fucking shit.
And I can assure you,
this is why we'll never open up the government, because this retard thinks he's asking for something, but won't be specific about what he's asking for, because he doesn't want to ask for anything. Never will vote for the soy boy party again. I'm tired of feeling blue. Exactly.
Significant reform in it.
It's just complete corruption. Complete corruption. He's not even going to answer the question. He literally came out here to advocate for the Democrats in this shutdown, and then walks away from reporters because he can't answer the question of, what the fuck are we doing here? I stayed in the Philippines for 6 months over my visa. No one bothered me. Well, I'm glad for you, Carl. I'd be scared to do that kind of shit. I'd be scared of that one. Now here we are. All right, guys. We're gonna check in. There is a hearing today on the from an FBI agent testifying on the 2020 election investigation. We are going to tap into this right now. I'm going to take a piss. We're going to see if our numbers plummet if it's interesting or not. If it's not, or even if it is, when I get back, we're going to catch the news that happened today on the cables and stuff. But right now, check in
of this
on the 2020 election investigation, guys.
The RNC, the Conservative Partnership Institute, Save America PAC, America First Policy Institute, and even My Pillow, because God knows we have a national security threat from rogue pillows threatening our country. Watergate broke into an office. Arctic frost reached into the private lives of thousands of Americans. Meanwhile, conservative leaders found themselves equally violated. The Biden administration sought the phone records of nearly 20% of the Republicans in the Senate, including multiple members of the committee, including myself. Without our knowledge, the FBI took the cell phone data of nearly 20% of the Republicans in the Senate, including information about with whom we were talking, how long we were talking, and from where we were calling. Toll records are not trivial. They are a map of your life, giving insight into your relationships, your movements, your patterns. Such invasive subpoenas were granted by Judge Boasberg, a Democrat-appointed judge, on the premise that any one of us, or to be clear, all of us, as duly elected United States senators, would destroy evidence, tamper with witnesses, or obstruct justice.
All right.
And
I gotta jump in here before fucking Ted Cruz bores us off of our live stream. Remember, guys, if we go below 50 members, the live stream is over. If we are above 100, which we are right now, we will go into that hour 5. We are 15 minutes away from checking that marker to see if we're above 100. Right now, we are above 100. We have 1,111 votes in. J.D. Vance, 48%. Gavin Newsom, 41%. Tucker Carlson, 11%. We're going to keep the party going. 15 minutes left, guys, of hour 4. Are we going to hit hour 5? If we stay above 100 members, we will go into hour 5 of the news. Let's check in on some news from today. Double tap, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm, hit the join button like HUD Hammer and Bubba J007 over here. You too can get a little logo next to your name in the chat. Show your support, help support the channel. We are here live watching the news every single night, making fun of the news every single night. And also for those $4 in that join fee, you get access to my entire film library. All 17 feature films right there on the channel page. On this YouTube page, go check it out. Right here on this page. $4 a month. Help support the channel, guys. Appreciate you all. Let's check in on some news. Got some
looks great.
John Kennedy, Senator John Kennedy over here.
Regular milk or oat milk?
Oh, regular milk. We've had DHS shut down for 38 days, I think. The Democrats at one point voted to fund DHS, and then they backtracked. We've been debating the SAVE Act for, 10 days, I guess. We're stuck. I'm a big believer that when you're stuck, you ought to try to plow around the stump, not through it. So Senator Cruz and I, a few days ago, came up with a 2-step process to solve both problems. Step 1, we would open up everything at DHS except ICE, including TSA, which the Democrats have already agreed to, and then we would
Hannibal, care for elaborate on those strong allegations
through reconciliation, which we could do only with Republican votes.
Guys, we are at 68 in the chat. Guys, make sure you double tap, hit that like button, share it with a friend. Remember, if we go below 50 members at any point, 50 live viewers at any point, the show is over. Right now, we're back up at 74, keeping it live.
Votes. I don't speak for Senator Cruz on this part of it, but I also have suggested that
country thinking
we use the reconciliation
that Kennedy plays for both sides. Absolutely.
Votes to pass the SAVE Act. Now, we pitched this to Senator Thune a couple of days ago. He pitched it to President Trump. President Trump, as you know from his tweets, said no. But I talked to Senator Thune last night, and he says the president has reconsidered and may be on board.
Yeah, that's got to be extremely frustrating for Mr. Senator Kennedy. He's trying to protect the American people, and then he's trying to fucking get this off the ground. And in every way, Trump and all the other Republicans and also Democrats, everybody on both sides, just fucking annihilating the guy, just making him look like an ass.
Your number one secret.
And he's just out here fucking helping the American people.
The absurdity of it.
He is so fake. You're so fake. Go fuck yourself. There's no way. Kennedy is not fake. Kennedy is the greatest. The enemy of the enemy is my friend.
Some of the internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Charlie Kirk murder, and I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's a flashback. We don't need that flashback. Back that one. Don't need that one. Here we go.
Wrong time. Let me tell you what is wrong place, wrong time. It is somebody illegally in this country that has a rap sheet that is out walking around, that you have leftist judges continue to let them go. You have leftist prosecutors who will not prosecute them and lock them up and deport them. That is what is wrong with this
Kennedy
system.
is witty.
And
Absolutely.
Shannon Gorman has lost her life. Her family
He's also a smart
is grieving.
fucking
They
person.
are focused on burying her. And another family,
Clinton, Obama, and Biden told BB to kick rocks.
Family in
Oh,
this
did they?
country because
Hannibal, you're
had an open border.
Hannibal, you're just fucking wild with inaccuracies. And you're also like saying you're an independent person too. Trump folded like a beach chair where Clinton, Obama, and Biden didn't. They all stood strong.
Had the Biden administration
He's dangerous. You say that and all the Dems leave, so you and the live.
Overtime, trying to make illegal.
Yeah, I say that and all the Dems leave, and then I fucking leave.
Legal, and we have these Soros-backed prosecutors.
Back to 66, guys. Remember, if we go below 50 people, the show is over. So double tap, hit that share button, get us back up there. If we're above 100 people at the top of the hour, we're less than 9 minutes away from that top of the hour check-in. If we are there at 100 people right now, we're at 66. If we're back up above 100, we will go for a 5th hour of news. Remember, if we fall below 55, though, it's over. 1,117 votes in the chat. JD Vance coming away with it, guys.
That let these people walk. They will not lock them up. It shows you. It doesn't matter if it is government funding, if it is DHS, if it is immigration policy. For the left, the goal is to protect illegal aliens, and to U.S. citizens say, suck it up and put up with it.
The haters but have nothing but hate. I heard the SAVE Act is going to pass. It's not the SAVE Act. It's the Save America Act. Get it right. Get it right.
This new tent's amazing.
Yeah. And it was easy to pay up.
What have you heard about Venezuela?
Venezuela? Nothing.
I'm not sure.
I barely know what'll be going on in like Tennessee where I'm from.
That they beat us in the World Baseball Classic? Have you heard anything else? No?
Nothing. I have heard nothing about Venezuela.
You know, honestly, I don't know and I don't care.
Where is Venezuela?
We need some new politicians. Not all these old men.
Venezuela?
SAVE Act will affect red states also.
No.
Go easy on the tequila. Hey. We already saw that guy. Mr. Fetty.
Chicago this morning. I don't know what the state of Illinois is going to do here, because I believe that law requires the state
Hannibal's
to
a troll, absolutely,
over to federal authorities.
My God.
If my reading on that is correct, is that going to happen? And if it doesn't, what's your message for those in Illinois?
What I'm saying is like, why can't we just talk about that life lost? Why can't we just acknowledge that this is a serious failure? And now I Absolutely. It's devastating as a father. So I don't know why anybody, and that's, again, I was the lead
Them
as a
hillbillies don't
Democrat
have
for
birth
Laken
certificates
Riley,
or
because
passports.
that's why we have to require to protect America from the dangerous elements that shouldn't even be here illegally, always.
Well, this person was in custody twice. 2 times. You had 2 chances. I mean, what does that suggest to you about what ICE is trying to do in a lot of these American cities?
Yeah, I mean, I think only 7 or 8 Democrats even voted for Laken Riley. Why can't you just agree that if you're breaking the law and you're already here illegally, deport them? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
And then tragedies, just what happened to that young woman, they are going to continue to happen. It's just, that's justice. That's beyond common sense. Why can't you just support this?
61, guys. Down to 61. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button. If we go below 50 viewers, we will be done for the night. Checking in on that live for the 5th hour. 5th hour is just 6 minutes away, guys. Just 6 minutes away. Double tap, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the fucking join button, do the super chat, share it with a friend, do whatever you need to do. Get the algorithm up and running. 1,125 votes in. JD Vance still running away with it. This might be the end of us, guys. This might be the end of us. Right now, we have 5 minutes remaining. 73 people in the chat. We need to be above 100 at that hour marker in 5 minutes. Can we do it?
That unreasonable to anybody.
Can you answer that?
Lurch's mind looks like a cap.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they're afraid of the base, or people just that. I'm constantly punished. Well, I think it's the right thing to vote against shutting down our government. I think it's also entirely appropriate to destroy the Iranian regime now. That puts me at odds with parts of my party. But
Eyeliner Vance not winning anything.
Or
no big bag of pot. What the fuck? Yeah, facts. Where is he? Where is he?
The correct kinds of principles.
God, no big bag of pot. Are we going to even get a big bag of pot? Because we got 4.5 minutes, guys, and this stream might be over. Our boy Big Bag of Pot has not even came into the stream today yet, guys. But the stream might be over if we cannot get ourselves back up to over 100 viewers
if you're interested
in the next
in
4 minutes.
Value, choose asphalt roofing. However, the savvy choice
is
stone-coated metal.
On reconciliation, which means a simple majority in the Senate to get it done.
What I'm saying is that I refuse to always vote to shut our government down. And I would never be a part of this mess what this shutdown has created across America's airports.
Destroying the Iran regime means sending troops. Means sending troops, and we seen how that turned out in Afghanistan. Yeah, maybe facts.
TSA
hit that like button, hit the subscribe, y'all.
Are saying we are hurting.
4 minutes left.
Paid, and remind people they earn average about $50,000 a year. They rely on their paychecks now, even not being paid, they have to face the
74 just went up.
Crowds now.
I know.
So I just
not over 100 though.
Why we want to continue these things?
These politicians benefit from wars. A lot of Republicans with the prison after this. Trump will strike.
Workers and America.
Oh boy, what is this? Kentucky farmers tell big AI,
choose
hands off our farm.
However, the savvy choice is stone.
And we begin with an extraordinary offer for a piece of land.
Guys, this is it. This is it. We're going to watch this little segment, and after the segment is over, if we are at 100 viewers or above, the show will go on. If we are below 100, the show is over. So hit that like button, hit the share. Get the people in the chat right now because we have 4 minutes.
That's what I say. It's a scam.
Or don't see it. It's a scam. Damn lady. All right, guys. That is it. That is our show tonight. Yep, we're over 4 hours. We are under 100 live viewers. We went for that extra hour. This show will be public on the VOD. 47,000 views in total. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight. 125 likes. Double tap, hit that like button, hit that share, hit that subscribe, all that jazz and more, guys. And last thing I'm going to say, guys. Hit the join button. Hit the fucking join button because we have 36 members right now. And those 36 members are put $4 a month to help this show survive. And also, you get access to every single feature film I've ever made. 17 feature films right there on the main page of this YouTube channel. Go check it out right now. And then, for $4 a month, join the club. Over 36 members and counting, guys. Appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow. All right, Michael. Peace. Bye, Betsy. Have a good night. And see you later, Bubba J007. Peace!